Felicitations, my family of fledglings. And ghosts, it's so good to unsee you as well. Damien Halme, professional disruptor, at your service. At your humble service, dear viewer. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage. Hi. I missed you. It's good to see you again. My game is... oh no. My game in the background, which is providing my background music, is Struggle Busing. I always forget that this particular game takes like 5 minutes or something to sort out its audio issue. It has this weird audio and visual stutter at the beginning when I load it. Game in question is Mother 3. I think it's working itself out. The music is it's still doing a bit of a stutter. Hi. Hello. Hi. Welcome. It's been less than 24 hours, and yet, I missed you, and I'm back. And let's stream tonight and talk about things and not play the game for a while we devolve into long, deep conversation like we did last night. Oh my gosh, there's so much chat last night. I felt bad. There's this this weird confluence of the game that we were playing. Oh, God has arrived. Hello, God. Have you heard my prayers? Because it's been 4 years and one of them still not being answered. Just kidding. I'm kidding. You have a lot on your plate. Haiti is you have a lot on your plate. Thanks for stopping in. Also, Robe Twin. I love that. Yeah, tonight's a robe stream. I spend a lot of time in the sun, running, chasing, having hard conversations. And I don't want to wear actual clothes. It's time to be comfy in a robe and play some retro gaming for the Game Boy Advance. God has one thing to say, you guys. Are you ready for this? Oz says, why did I come back to keys and see BMM in chat? Why would that happen? D is certainly not pushing that everybody go see Blood Moon Menagerie at bloodmoonmenagerie.com or Instagram.com and go search for Blood Moon Menagerie, all one word, to see the streamer of Oz's amazing jewelry crafts and get yourself a bespoke pair of earrings from a boutique that changes its style every few months from somebody who honestly sources her materials with care and integrity and puts together things that you will never find anywhere else in a store to represent tastes that are just not mainstream enough to make it to big brand markets on the shelves. Go there. Get your stuff on you. I don't know why you would see that in chat. Hard conversations. I see what you did there. You can do anything if you put your mind to it, says God. However, I have tried. Oh, hello, Trella. There's something I've put significant mental energy toward in the last 4 years or so, and it hasn't come to fruition, God. So I don't know. When you say put your mind, how much of my mind has to go? Because I'll give 90% of my mind for this one. No, that's not true. I don't want you to leave me with only 10% of my brain working. I don't want this to be a monkey's paw sort of thing. But I guess thanks for the generic Hallmark inspiration, God. Heroes is also wearing a robe. Robe triplets. And earrings. Oh, thank you for the lurk, Oz. Look at this, Oz. Troa says I's also wearing a robe and earrings lovingly made by the Oz friend at Blood Moon Menagerie. They get many compliments. I agree. I also am wearing a piece made by Blood Moon Menagerie. It is Vampire Slayer inspired, a la Van Helsing or Castlevania's Simon Belmont. And I love it. And I wear it all the time. So I appreciate that. Not that we would ever push Blood Moon Menagerie here on my channel, but if you want to go check them out, you should, and see what sort of things you can work out to make with her. Why are we talking about what God is saying? God is in one of our streams and is saying hello and giving us some platitudes, some generic cliche platitudes. That's happening. My bad, devil been bad. You know, if you're so busy with the devil, one can't help wonder, because God being, well, some people believe omniscient, omnipotent, that if you're busy fighting the devil and you made the devil and you know all things, so you knew the devil was going to betray you and turn into a, heavenly battle, that you made yourself busy. Imagine somebody owning an agenda book and in pen, in every day, writing battle for the heavens with one of the angels I made. And if anybody asks you, hey, can we get some stuff going here? I've got some suggestions on how to be God. Which, mind you, that's rude of humanity to do, but they do that from time to time. And you look at your agenda book and you're like, oh, not today, not tomorrow, probably not until your sun dies of imploding in supernova. I will eventually get to you, because I got all these pages in my agenda book. They're all full. Look, it's pen. I can't even erase it. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. But we all watched you write that yourself. So we know you made yourself busy. God is also apparently a DJ. Oh, are you cyberstalking God right now? Are you checking out his side gigs? That's pretty cool. P.S. If Pink ever turned out to be a piece of shit, I will be so sad. There's some people, and I think Pink is among them, that have only said good takes, have only been wholesome beings, have only fed into the world great positivity and inspired so many of my friends and have been such an important and impactful person to them. I agree. Imagine if tomorrow we find out Pink is actually secretly this horrible, holds these awful views or sends her money to these awful organizations. Oh my gosh, not Pink. But I don't think that will ever happen in Pink's lifetime. I think some people, Keanu Reeves, Brendan Fraser, Pink, trying to think who else, us, Oz and myself. If you ever find out a scandal that Oz and me are funding this one particular really nasty, turns out we're actually sending all of our streamer money to the puppy killing federation of Antarctica. It would be a big upset and a big surprise. Some people just stand for better values, I hope. Oh, I see your other channel's chat's not being funneled into your on-stream chat. I don't know. Oh, that's why. Because you typed that, and then two lines later, I see Botrix has correctly joined the channel, and I see that twice. Kit! Hi and welcome. Yeah, my bots seem to work on their own schedule. They're union, so they'll clock in whenever they want to, and if I yell at them, they just say, talk to my union rep. Just kidding. Yeah, Botrix comes when Botrix wants to. Early, late, whatever. It happens. God says my job here is done. Oh, okay. I mean, hey, yeah, okay. Hey, Sam, how's it going? If God was real, I wouldn't be struggling with bills. Probably true. We wouldn't be using a crazy money society, right? Imagine having to work and having to spend a portion of that money on covering how to live. Just living. Providing for you and any loved ones you may also be providing for. That doesn't seem fair to have to do that with money. Not my fault humans got greedy. Huh. Huh. Imagine baking a cake. Imagine baking a cake and someone tastes it and like, oh, this cake's salty. This is not a sweet cake. You made a salty cake. You added a lot of salt, dude. And then the chef, or, you know, probably the home cook looks at you and goes, it's not my fault you taste salt in that cake. Excuse me, who made the cake? Are you blaming my tongue for your recipe right now? That's what it sounds like, honestly. Who made humans greedy, God? Who made humans greedy? Nor be starving. Who made humans starving, God? Why can't I go outside into my yard and pluck all the food I need to sustain my requirements for life and for my family? Isn't God right here with us though? Yeah, I see his chats, so obviously. God, this music is not fixing itself. It's got these weird glitches. Can everybody else hear the glitchy? I thought if I ran the game long enough, it would clear its own glitch. It might be a certain amount of walking I have to do to like load the memory of the game. I don't know. Personally, I don't know why the game does the music it does. Posted a print of an anime character who is cursed by a spirit, and has his dick and balls taken in pride. Is this like a Ranma one half thing going on here? It's true. This chat isn't on your Twitch overlay. Yeah. It came. The music sounds like it's struggling. I mean, it's a late Sunday, early Monday for a lot of us, and are we not all struggling? Is the music not an indication of what's actually going on in all of our lives? Yeah, it's going on in my life. You can't have free will and a God who intervenes. Oh, that's a good point. God, did you make all humanity and then back the fuck off and let us have to struggle bust it on our own, and said, hey, I gave you some cryptic books of knowledge. Depending on where you end up getting born, you'll hear different answers to questions, and I hope you can sort it all out, you guys. Is that what happened, God? In the name of free will, you're just like, hey, everybody, here's some major world religions, a dozen or so. They'll splinter off into hundreds later on, don't worry. And you might get some answers from them, you might not. If you do a study of world religion, you might see some contradictions. I hope that's okay. Either your actions affect the future or they don't. It's a good question. Modern concepts on, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, predetermination. There are a lot of modern thinkers that believe that we are predetermined in our destinies. Books of knowledge that have been heavily redacted and edited like a toddler got a magic marker and scissors. It's true. Imagine going to a forum for one of these knowledge books and seeing hundreds of scholars argue over the definition of a single word in a single verse in a single book from a single area of the world. Insane. The print is from a new anime called Dan. It jumps styles from horror to rom-com to slice of life. Why do I feel like this is up Oz's alley? It jumps to battle anime and is very hard to tell the plot of without sounding like a psychopath. Okay, that might be up my alley. It is also very well done and super unique in both story and art style. I'll read it when I have some free time, Stuart. Just kidding. That's rude. That's rude of me to say. For those of you that are not in on the joke, I don't have free time. I love Dan. Oz would love it. Okarun is bae. Okay. You know, I joke, but I do actually have free time, and Stuart knows it. Stuart gets to experience some of my free time, but I spend it on very select proclivities or addictions, and I don't try to spend too much of my free time because I've been a workaholic lately. But Els and I were literally just talking about this before the stream started. Part of the reason why I push right now at my age. What's my age? We don't talk about ages on the stream because I don't want to be ageist and quell any bad ideas that come from somebody young or old or whatever. But I will say this. For my age, I have gumption. I used to be way lazier. And I prospect that in the future, I will want to be lazier again because my abilities to grind and work hard will start to diminish. I want to set up later me so that I don't have to work so hard. So I work a little extra hard right now, it's true. I don't sleep as much as I should. I probably work more than I should. But I do it in the name of I'd love to have more downtime, to watch more shows and movies, read more books and anime and manga, and have more time to invest in just being present with people and sharing good media. But I want to be able to afford that stuff. And right now, we're not quite there. So work hard while you can so that when you cannot or don't feel like it anymore, you're not forced to. Imagine turning like 60 or in your 60s and just be like, you know, I'm so tired. I'm so overworked, but I have to do this to survive. That would be awful. I think by around that point, you want to start to look for ways to slow down. And so I'm trying to set that course of action now so that by the time we get there, I can. The print I made is Turbo Okarun TV. Wait, Dan Da Dan is a TV series on Netflix? Oh. I kind of yak about being ancient from time to time. Being ancient and saying your actual age are two different things, though. I do have a rule. I think it's in my About section on Twitch. I don't have it anywhere else. That says no actual, like, deliberate age mentioning. Of course, if you say, like, I grew up watching fill in the animated cartoon show, people will kind of have an idea of what age you are. But, you know, we try not to do any hard doxing on the show. Okay, shall we pop into Mother 3? Do you guys want to... Do we want to play this game? Oh, wait. There's a thing broken in OBS. Hang on. Music pause. Music pause. Okay. Can we... Oof. The music out here, too. It's just struggle busing. Oh, police are here. That's different. There's sweat coming off of my head. There's sweat coming off of Oz's head. We are feverish. The fever is coming from we are learning new psi powers. So once the fever passes, we will develop some new power, some new psychic ability for the game. The only way you develop that is by time. I think it's timed, and I think it's by steps walked. And you cannot run when you're feverish. I mean, I could, but these people can't. So we also have to walk slowly. We just came out of the sewers in New Pork City. 'Cause that's the... And we discovered the lore of the entire world. If you don't know the lore of the entire world, that means you didn't watch last stream of Mother 3. Go to youtube.com/DamianHalme. In the playlists tab, you will find all of the Mother series. It's under Earthbound/Mother franchise, I think is what I named the playlist. You can watch us play Mother 1, Mother 2, and Mother 3 and learn the story of this world. The last stream that we did, we got an immense lore dump. I'm not going to sit here and tell you everything that happened in the last stream because that guy talked a long time, longer than I talk, and gave us lots and lots of kernels of knowledge about the world. So, spoiler alert, we're near the end of the game, and if you don't know this game, boy, you should really watch the other streams first. Gonna send you a link to the trailer at least. The use of color is interesting. I am a sucker for color palettes. Yeah. There are times when the entire color palette is replaced with one primary color to reflect the mood. That's kind of cool. That's hip. Also, even though it is mostly a silly, fun show, there are episodes that make people cry. Oh, like Steven. Or maybe even more so, like Adventure Time. You ever cried to Adventure Time? If you haven't watched all of Adventure Time, maybe not, but that show has made me cry. Yeah. I still blame Rebecca Sugar for both of those. Okay. Yes, I sobbed at one of them in particular. Okay. So we're back out in public. I believe this girl is new. We'll talk to the cops too. Boys who hang out in places like this are all so stupid. Wow. We just popped out of an arcade. And are there people who are judgmental of arcades? I think there are. Walk, stop, sleep, shout. You're free to do it all. Okay. Thanks, buddy. I kind of knew that. You're free in this city. Master Porky is giving you your freedom. Okay. Thanks. Oh my, who are all these people? There are a lot of new people in the city, and that got weird. We just came out of the sewers. We just learned the entire world lore last stream, and now there's lots of new weird people in the city. Ugly crying. You know what? I love a good ugly cry. I love a show, and you all will probably never see this because this usually doesn't happen if I have a camera turned on. But sometimes a show will hit me so hard that yes, I will ugly cry at that show. I usually honestly have to be alone. Even when Oz is around, like, I'm being perceived by another human being, and my cry might be different. A tear might roll down one cheek because it was so poignant or so sad or whatever happens. But when I'm alone, the ugly cry does happen, and it does happen from media. There are some shows that just really hit me, and like affect me for like more than a week of I have to process this and talk about it with everybody who will listen. But that doesn't happen I don't have a lot of spare time to watch that kind of stuff, but it does happen to me. Yeah. Futurama has gotten a couple of ugly cries out of me. I would love to like watch the greater story of that show, but I feel like a lot of Futurama episodes are just episodic and don't feed into the grand narrative. Is that true? Maybe that's just my perception from not knowing a lot of Futurama, but it's like a mix, right? Futurama is not a saga. It's sort of an episodic show, but sometimes they move the grand narrative forward, and sometimes that can be really poignant. A dark encounter. I've mentioned it before, but I ugly cried at the end. A dark encounter? I don't remember that. Futurama is fun and does get surprisingly deep. What's a dark encounter? Can you DM me a link to something? I want to start to gather these things. Now that we have the Envy knowledge base, I do really want to put down sort of like a recommendation compendium so that we have things. We can look at the list. We can sort of rank them, put them in some sort of order of if we do have spare time, or create sort of a Discord regular event schedule. Then we can sort of work our way through some of these things and watch them together. It would be meaningful to me. Futurama does have a loose grand narrative, but it is also episode by episode. It's kind of like Steven, right? There are some episodes you watch and it's like, that didn't progress anything. It was just fun. and other episodes, it's like I just learned a lot of lore right now. Baldur's Gate 3? Do you mean to say Baldur's? Baldur's Gate 3 could if I let certain events occur, but fuck that. 8-year-old Maisie went missing in 1982, and a memorial is held by her family a year later. That evening, strange lights and sounds are observed in the woods outside, and strange things start to happen. Interesting how a lot of stuff is set in the 80s these days. I think the 80s have a definitive sort of like style and feel and vibe that is really fun to play around in. 70s too, 70s and 80s. I feel like stuff in the 50s and 60s got a lot of play in media. We made TV shows about those eras. We explored a lot of stuff. Then we had that 70s show, so I guess some 70s stuff got explored as well. But the 80s didn't have a whole lot of investigatory. There was like that 80s show, but I don't think it took off nearly the same way as that 70s show. And we didn't see a good tribute to that era until Stranger Things. Stranger Things is basically an homage to all weird things from the 80s, right? It'd be interesting to see as we continue down the pipeline of history how the 90s and 2000s and 2010s like all start to get wrapped up in media, how we portray those eras, and if there's anything to say about those eras. Because I also feel like the one thing that's unique about the 70s to the 80s is in the 1970s, things were being explored, ideas, IPs were being created, and they didn't last. They didn't come through into modernity. They stayed in the 70s. So when you look at the 70s has the feeling of that's old and that's separate from our current culture. The 80s, on the other hand, has stuff that was created in the 80s that is with us today. The concepts of like all the kid stuff, especially like your He-Man, Strawberry Shortcake, Transformers, Thundercats, and like everything that was made in the 80s continued to come back in remakes in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All these things that were sort of invented in the 80s that persisted into the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. Like I can talk to kids, my kids' age, and they tell me about stuff and I'm like, yeah, I know, I grew up with that too. You and I grew up with the same stuff. Imagine being born in the 70s and talking to somebody who was born in the 1940s or 50s. You didn't have a cultural shared experience. You grew up playing completely different games, watching completely different shows. In fact, if you're from the 40s, I don't know, they watch TV, right? Or maybe some preliminary or early TV. From the 80s forward, we all culturally live in the same like melting pot. Memes today touch on everything from the 80s to today. Like everyone knows what you're talking about. There's a cultural, I used to have a great word for this and I've lost this word, but sort of like a squishing together of several different generations where we all know Pokemon, we all know Ninja Turtles, we all know like all of these different IP and some of the, you know, deeper dives in that. My Little Pony, that was also started in the 80s, wasn't it? Like all these things squished together, and now generations get along better. You can talk to people in Vine language, in meme language, and it bridges gaps like never before. Older people, like maybe the last Gen Xers and the early millennials can still talk with young kids and have a cultural connectivity that didn't used to occur. Older people used to always be out of touch, out of sync, complaining about modern music, complaining about modern TV and video games. And it's just not the case anymore. I think that's cool. I think we're getting to a bigger understanding and connectivity, just humankind, than we've ever had in our life. Yeah. Quick save is there for a reason. Quick save? What are we talking? Oh, Baldur's Gate? A Dark Encounter is free on Tubi? Okay. I've explored stuff like Tubi before in the past. Yeah. The 80s, 90s were kind of a golden era for those things. I think, one, it was a golden era, and two, production companies don't want to take risks as much as they used to on a flop. Like in the earlier decades of American media, especially, maybe true for other countries as well, you would take a chance, you'd pump a bunch of money into something, and you'd be like, I really believe that this is going to go somewhere. And then you get it out on TV or out on big media, and you run like 10 episodes, and then it gets canceled by the network. Oof. That sucks. Imagine spending all that production, all that time. You got these actors signed into contracts, and then you're just like, sorry, everybody, the audience really hates this. But if it's already been proven, if kids go rabid over Transformers, over Pokemon, over Animaniacs, or whatever, why not continue to bring it back again and again, and remakes and reboots and just, you know, different seasons, different inventor, different. How many times has Batman, the animated series, been reconstructed? Well, Batman as a character too. I mean, it's a little disingenuous to pick on comic books, but I do feel like from the 80s forward, people also had a distaste for taking on too much risk, whereas before, big risks were taken and some things failed dramatically and people lost a lot of money. So just being cautious with how you spend your money also means certain IP keep coming back again and again and again, because they've been proven to show that people like love the crap out of that stuff. What would you say is a greater emotional impact on you? A great loss or a great reunion? Probably loss. Reunions are good, but I feel like they've been overplayed or cliched. Because oftentimes, if you have somebody who is a pariah or pushed out, or for the great narrative's circumstances, been taken away from people, kidnapped, off on a great journey, self-discovery, whatever, and they come back and welcomed in open arms, I feel like there's a cliche that's been played out and maybe become a little bit stale. Whereas losing people was something that we weren't willing to accept in media for a while. There are certain generations of big cinema anyways, where I don't think we really explored the hero not getting everything they wanted or losing something big to progress the story forward. And that to me is pretty poignant and never feels like you can bring that to cliche. When somebody loses something big, even if you've watched a bunch of other media where that's also happens to the protagonists, it still stings. You know what I mean? It's something that's hard to just get over and say, oh, you know, I've watched a lot of media where loss was at the core. Maybe it will come to pass where too many people use that as their mechanic, and then it won't hit the same way. It won't have the same impact. But I don't feel like it's being overused just yet. I complain. It's just about people. I don't blame you there. Okay, we are playing this game. I promise we are. But thank you. This chat is also I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you being here. I know, man. I know all about you. You're here to destroy New Pork City. Oh, this guy says the same thing from before. But these new 4 people down here, who are you? Hang on a sec. Damien's fever went away. Learned Psi counter Omega. So this, we used this in the last fight, the last boss fight that we just fought in the last stream. Counter does not stop you from taking damage, but it does reflect some of your damage back to the enemy, which is honestly how we won that last battle. I'm certain of it. I was not doing nearly enough damage on my own, but he kept casting Psi abilities, and I kept doing damage to him because of it. So this will be one cast. Omega is usually one cast that hits all 4 characters in my party. So that'll be really helpful. Von Diva, I've missed your face. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hey there, finally caught you live. I know. 2025 has, okay, let me say the last year has ruined my streaming schedule. I say the word ruined, I'm a little bit glib on that, but I do mean when we have two girls, the little and the tiny. Little is older, the tiny is younger. The little started kindergarten. The tiny will start kindergarten late summer of this year. When the little started kindergarten, I had to reevaluate my entire streaming schedule because we had to wake up pretty darn early, get her ready, get her fed, get her clothed, get all of her school stuff in order. I feel like I didn't have a lot of school stuff to get in order in kindergarten, but it's changed since I was in school. Kindergarten is a different beast. So morning preparation requires a certain amount of time, and everything had to change with my streaming schedule so I wouldn't die in trying to stream and also make sure that my kid could get to school. Then in the beginning of 2025, Oz realized I'm working myself to a deleterious amount. I'm doing too much. I'm pushing myself too hard. My sleep schedule is garbage, and we need to figure something else out. So I reduced my streaming hours from the beginning of 2024, where I was streaming 16 hours a week, to today, where I'm streaming just a little over 12 hours a week. A lot is happening. I'm trying to do as much content creation as I can, but there's not nearly as much of it that's live streaming, and the schedule has been pushed into a weird time zone, or at least in East Coast hours, a weird time zone, and I'm on the East Coast. There's a lot. It's a lot, and it sucks. I've even met people in our own city that know that Oz and I stream and sometimes pop into our streams, and they're like, I can't watch you because you changed your hours at the beginning of 2025. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I will change back maybe when the little and the tiny are both in school, which will be late August. I will probably do another stream schedule update. I don't like to. Every time I change my stream schedule, I lose a chunk of live viewers. And I get it. You can't change your lives to watch me live. And I wouldn't either. I wouldn't ask that of you guys. But I'm glad to see you here, nonetheless. Mr. Face 2, good to see you. I'm sorry the rest work balance can be hard to control. Yeah, and we were just talking about this earlier in this stream. While I am relatively young, obviously I'm not like a young person, but a younger person, I want to use all of the gumption, all of my oomph, all of my chutzpah, all of my ability to work as hard as I can today, because next year I will have less oomph, right? And then the year after that, there's a portion of our lives where year over year, we can take on more and more and more and grow and become excellent and do these great things. And then I don't know where the crux is. I don't know if personally, I don't know if I've hit my crux yet, but we all hit a crux. And after that crux, after that clinch point, you start to decline. You start to have less ability year over year. Are you more tired? Are you more distracted? Is your memory suffering? Whatever happens, the game, the work, the grind, whatever it is that you're doing gets slower and harder year over year over year. And eventually, the dream is to retire. I don't know if anybody my generation or younger will ever have a good retirement strategy unless you like unless you're making big bucks. And if you are, please donate some of those to my stream. But eventually you don't have the same means. I hope that when I'm in my 60s and 70s, I'm not working like a hard manual labor job to make ends meet, because that would really suck at that age. So we hope that we taper down and eventually get to the point where we can financially retire and live off of whatever Social Security plus any other benefits we've, secured for ourselves. Yeah. So I'm trying. I'm working hard right now. My rest balance is low. My work balance is high. But I am a lazy person. I do like rest. I do like relaxation. I hope to get there soon. Lycos! It's all over, you guys. Lycos is here, which means the rest of my stream will be catching up with what Lycos says in chat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I love you. Please don't leave me, Lycos. Also, hang on, you guys. I didn't realize we had somebody that I can do a thing to. Where is there it is. My band hammer. I found it. I feel the same. Good. I'm glad I'm in good company that you all feel this way too. I did job applications from 9 a.m. till midnight. I've heard that if you really want the job of your dreams, that the concept is treat applying for jobs, treat trying to get your next job like its own full-time job. And it seems like Lycos is doing that. You'll have to tell me if that's actually true, if you can succeed that way, or if that's just a way that the wealthy people of this country try to keep the working class busy. I got 19 job applications. I desired death. Oof. Which death? Which version of death? You don't get the job you want. I mean, I didn't, but no, that's not true. So I met Nico Crushing through his brother, because Nico and I, we know each other IRL, and his brother, who's been my friend for long time, basically brought me into the family. I'm part of the family. Some of the siblings know me better than others. Nico's brother knows me excruciatingly well. Nico knows me excruciatingly well, and Nico got me my first adult job, like real full-fledged big pants, big adult pants put on job. And that job I loved and I wanted. And it eventually became a dream job. And then the CEO sold the company to a competitor. And it was not the job that I wanted anymore or loved anymore. That sucks. I don't know if anybody else has ever worked a job where your company gets sold to another brand and you become a different company while still technically being employed. But it's different. Once we were employed by a completely different structure, I think everybody's satisfaction tanked. Yeah. The new Marvel one from Agatha, All Along, is pretty hot. I have no idea what that sentence means. You do hundreds of job apps to get one company to hire you for half the wage you should be getting, work awful hours, and get exploited to hell and back again. Yeah, I mean, you can get lucky, but I feel like when people get better than what you just said, it really is luck. It's luck. It's not determination. It's not I worked hard. It's not I've differentiated myself. It is luck. Yeah. Damn CEOs. I know. The CEO of the company that I loved, the company I loved to work for was his fault. It was the CEO's doing that made me love that company. So I appreciate him for that. He made a company that I could get 100% behind. Thank you for that. However, when he sold the company and retired early off of the earnings of selling his company, all of that clout went out the window. So if I see him on the streets today, we don't live in the same state. But if I did, if I saw him today, I'd probably feel inspired to come to harm. Corporate America is nothing but a meat grinder to chew you up and spit you out. A broken human on the other end, sucking you of all joy and hope you have until you can only imagine the sweet release of death. It's true. I mean, it's not that extreme for most of us, but there is a soul-sucking factor. I agree. I have mine sucked. What job hunting has become should flat out be criminal. Is it that there's so much work to be done and so many dead ends to hit? The new death from Marvel? Lady Death? Stuart? I just don't understand your references. I'm sorry, I'm so out of the loop with Marvel. Marvel put its eponymous Lady Death on screen for the first time. I loved her. Interesting. The however part is why I said damn CEOs, but I love that he helped you love your company until it got worse. Yeah, when he was there for his company, when he believed, sorry, I hit my mic. When he was invested in his company's future, I loved working for that company. I wish those times didn't end. But for him, he was looking out for his early retirement. And it's hard for me to blame him. I'm also looking... I'm not looking for early retirement. I'm just looking for any retirement. I'm not ready to retire. I'm not old enough. But I'm afraid that when I get to that age, I will not be ready. And I think a lot of us share that same fear. Like, honestly, the way things are going, the way your savings and investments and 401k and all that stuff happen, how many of us actually have a company that gives you a 401k? And if they do, is it worthwhile at all to invest in it? Or do you need that money right now just to pay for groceries the way that things cost? It's a lot. It's a lot. And so I don't feel like we're in a place where retirement is even a guarantee, let alone getting employed. So I don't blame him, but I'm also upset that he sold the company because everything went to shit after he left. Dude, straight up studies have been done on it. Over 70% of tech job postings simply don't exist. Right, like the ghost postings for various jobs, because companies want to show that they are important, self-important, right? Look at all these positions we have. Look at all these applicants that we deny. That looks good on HR's, overall metrics. But it's awful because it's fake. It's all a lie. Companies post up jobs to trick shareholders into thinking they're hiring and to gauge how replaceable their employees are so they know how they can push them and break them. Yes, it's a game. It's a game, and unfortunately, it works because shareholders can be stupid. Yeah. For reference, do you know the Thanos snap part of Marvel? I never watched that movie. I only know it through mimetic conversation. So I know it just in a loose sense, but not in direct context. We're still not caught up. When the girls start watching through the Marvel universe, which they're not quite ready, because some hero movies, some superheroes do go through too much for their sensibilities. So we have to take it slow and careful. We'll eventually catch up to the Thanos thing. I've literally never seen the movie that Thanos is in where he does that snap myself, but we'll get there. It'll take a bit to find that 70% number, but here's one talking about it. Well, thank you. Appreciate the link. In fact, can you, Likos, DM me that link? Because, or if you're are you part of Envy yet? Are you one of the covetous on Discord? If you can post it in the Envy Discord or in DMs, I want to add that to the knowledge base so we have it for the future. While some respondents said employers did it to maintain a presence on job boards and build a talent pool, it's also used to commit psychological warfare. 25% said ghost jobs help companies gauge how replaceable their employees were, while 23% said it helped to make the company appear more stable during a hiring freeze. Yikes, such lies and slander. That's awful. Another damning 2024 report from Resume Builders said that 62% of companies posted them specifically to make their employees feel replaceable. Damn. They also made ads to trick overworked employees into believing that more people would be brought on to alleviate their overwhelming workload. That sucks my hope, my confidence, my optimism in humanity. That sucks all of that right out. That really hurts to read, but I believe it. I've seen it in a couple industries that I've worked in the last 10 years or so, and yeah, that's awful. But I imagine they can only get away with that for so long until we start to really expose that in companies. But here's the thing: you expose these tactics, and then what? Who's the competitor that you can go to that changes the format, that says we won't do that, and really gets their morality becomes the reason why you would want to work for them? I don't know that I necessarily see that happening, unfortunately. It's disgusting. I'd be fine if hiring managers the world over all got hit by a bus. A service would be enacted if they all got Luigi'd. Wow. Going into the comic side won't spoil anything since you know the basics. It's enough for the reference. The snap is done for a couple reasons, but one of them is supposed to be as an offering to or to please Lady Death, who Thanos has been passionately in love with. For those of you that don't know Greek, Thanos is, I believe, derived from the word Thanatos, which means death in Greek or something related to death. So anytime you see like that THAN prefix, you're probably talking about something relating to death. So Thanos has been passionately in love with Lady Death, sort of as an offering. This just fit her into place. She's definitely poly though. Lots of folks like her and vice versa. Fun stuff. What are you gonna do? You still need a job. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is that there's a conflict. The conflict is people need to survive. People will do what they can to survive, and that means getting a job, and that means removing a certain amount of your morality and ethics in order to let the paychecks flow. And I've seen that with streaming, with other streamers. We talked about this, I think, just last stream. Some of the big streamers are beholden to their audience. They're probably not at this point. They probably make such hand over fist money that they don't need to follow their audience. But once you start earning money, once you start getting fame or infamy, I think it becomes a slippery slope where once you have your needs met, that's not necessarily enough. You want to build more. You want to start growing. You want to get an empire. You want to hire more people. You want your prospectus on your investments to cover, should you reach 100 years old, you want to still have the same lifestyle you have today where you can spend and spend and spend on anything you want. And so they keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And so you do whatever you can to keep your job, including bending over backwards or discarding your morality to do so. Companies get away with it because we live in a society requiring a constant stream of money and where those who hold that money control everyone. True. And the field I had connections in, what I wanted to do, continuing on with what I did in the research lab as a full-time thing, all I wanted to do was help tackle extremist violence, which is why I love everything about who you are at your core and why you and I are such a good fit culturally, the two of us, yeah. Thanatos was the god of death, or the embodiment. Hades ruled the whole downstairs. He was like the door guy. Interesting. That really downplays what Hades was when presented in the scope of who Thanatos was for just classical Greek mythology. All that got gutted by Trump and his shit show circus ringmaster Elon. All the connections I had, everything I had going for me got ripped away because racist assholes fearmonger the sheeple public into submission to go with their new world fucking order. Yeah, I've definitely seen some really polarizing, radicalized thinking, and a lot of that I've watched the erosion of the Republican Party in the United States. In the US, we had a really nice balance for many years. If you look at just like study basic poli-sci, the country that I live in right now has always had a swinging pendulum. The vast majority of people were some sort of centrist, but sometimes they had some proclivities towards more social freedom for more financial restraint or constraints. And then they'd feel antagonistic to that. They would prefer more social constraints and more financial freedoms. And that clock pendulum would just swing back and forth between those two extremes. And then the Democrats never got better at spending money, but the Republicans got better at constraining your social liberty and constraining your finances. That's not cool. The Republicans were literally there to make the economy work better for the individual or give more back to the individual and less public spending. I have friends in the public sector. I have friends who work government jobs, people I met at university. We studied the same field, and now they work a 40-hour work week and maybe put in 10 hours of labor tops. And they get mad benefits. They get mad pay. They get mad pension when they're ready to retire. They've got everything handed to them on a silver platter, and it's all from taxpayers' money. This makes me inherently distrust Democrats for saying, if we just throw money toward government, things will get fixed. I disagree. Government workers, public workers, squander money like crazy, and they have no oversight, no market pressure, and it's awful. I disagree with the Democrat structure of let's just let big government handle problems and they will probably do it right. However, The Republican Party, since being taken over by the Christian right, since being taken over by people who have proclivities towards ethno-state concepts, towards big spending in defense and getting involved in world policing and breaking down global trade to focus on country-centric, United States-centric trade and breaking all of those trade circles and creating big tariffs. The GOP is fucking off the rails. And if the Democratic Party is one that I can't put trust in, the Republican Party is one that I'm openly hostile and antagonistic toward, because they're fucking things up at a far more vast and intense rate than I can possibly absorb personally. In other words, we need an overhaul of both parties, but the GOP needs to absolutely die after this Trump administration and be reborn in some significantly better way. I hate to say this. Vance, for all of his weirdness in interviews and the way the left portrays him, I do feel like he talks more centrist as far as GOP policy. And I think the GOP needs to do more of a centrism in order to exist in the future and divorce themselves of the Christian right, if there is to be a future for that party in the U.S. Are we playing Mother 3 tonight? Maybe at some point. Okay, let's catch up with chat. It's a bit like Ares being the god of war, and then Nemesis was revenge. Same realm, different jobs. Right. They're working in the same metric, the same physical law, right? Thanatos was like the Grim Reaper. He brought you to the afterlife, so in a way, worked for Hades. Yes, but I also feel like that means that Thanatos was more active, engaged, and a real presence in people's lives, whereas Hades was kind of like an abstract concept. Does that make sense? Hades might be the big head honcho, but he was also a degree separated in the mythology from the direct connection to humanity. Something like that. Back when my dad could still talk to me about stuff. Oh, right. I've heard some of this arc. I had him watch a presentation from the group I was in. It was about how what was a decade ago extremist, radical right, conspiratorial belief is now the Republican Party line. True. Exactly. A door guy with style. I love that, though. Yeah. I think that makes him more impactful than Hades, really. My dad told me it was very hard to hear, as it goes against his understanding of the world, to hear that it was extremist beliefs he was listening to now. Interesting. But, I mean, you have to place yourself in demographics, too. When you know that the world coheres to a certain ideology, you know it. It's just become part of your core beliefs and core navigation for how you work with the world. Place yourself in some sort of a demographic understanding. What percentage of people think like you versus what percentage of people think that is awful? And why do they think it's awful? What are their ideations behind that? That's gotta tickle something. Maybe your dad won't actually open up to that concept, but to feel like you're being left behind and that the world is moving ahead without you, you have to ask yourself, or an empathetic person has to ask themselves, why? What is it that I don't resonate with, but the rest of the world is moving toward, that maybe I'm in the wrong for, right? Yeah. Doesn't get you there, just gets you further. To be fair, we just We see the same on the left too. Extremist belief are all just mainstream now, and I just don't get it. Yeah, I've had this conversation with Oz a lot because Oz consumes a lot of extremist leftist behavior, and the extreme left is really good at portraying their side as highly humanitarian and highly empathetic. But they've done some really weird shit that I just can't agree with, because it starts to borderline racist. It starts to borderline too much overarching, give somebody tons of power and let them regulate and control people's lives. And I don't think that that's proven to be a good tactic. But it looks good on paper. They're good at their optics. And optics don't win, obviously, or otherwise Trump wouldn't have won. So, yeah, I do feel like extremist left beliefs can be really deleterious. And in that, I also get angry sometimes when I see a far left TikTok video go viral. It dawns on me that this kind of shit, when people go extreme left, they are fueling the far right. They are making the far right exist. The more radicalized the left gets, they create bad Republicans. If you would just be more moderate, if you would just find a way to bridge the gap, reach across the compromise table and shake somebody's hand on the Christian rights side and figure out how to bring them into the modern era so that they felt supported as well, you would not have the problem we have in US politics that's literally occurring today. The Democrats' problem is they fucking suck at understanding the right and bringing them across the gap and saying, we get you, we support you, and we'll figure out a way to get all of us together. They don't. The left, the far left, belittle and chaotic. Oh my gosh. Hello, chaotic. I love your face. I'm glad you're here. And the fact that you would trust your community to me is obviously a bad it's bad common sense on your part. Nonetheless, let's shout out chaotic. For those of you that love, especially Oz's chaos.
Calm down.
Wait, what is this game?
I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Is that a tanning bed? Oh my god. You guys have to check out Chaotic. He's one of my favorite people on the internet that we haven't met in real life, but we should one day. Please go check out, give him all of your love. Sub, donate, send free things to his PO box if he has one. Just make him a success on the internet. That's all I ask. Thanks for raiding in. Hi and welcome. Oh, Crime Scene Cleaner? I can't believe that's a game, and I love that that is a game, and I further love that you thought, I want this game, and then want to stream this game. The bodies hate being in the game. It's great. That's amazing. I love that. Chaotic is best bean. Love your face. Thank you. Oh, of course. Yeah, my point being, I hate the extreme left. I hate far leftists because all of the problems that I personally have with the ethics and morality and wrong portrayal of history and the scope of what America should be that's on the far right, I think they are reactionary to the far left. I think if the far left knew how to incorporate people different than them better, we would not have a far right. That does not mean that I remove all blame from the far right of their own crimes against our country, but I also blame the far left for radicalizing the far right. That's what I was getting at with that. To be fair, I think I just read that. Yeah. Extremist beliefs are all just mainstream now, and they just don't get it. I agree. That's why Doge isn't inherently bad. The idea that we should look at governmental jobs, public jobs, and investigate how they are spending their money, where can we cut the slack, where can we make things better or more optimized, where we have thousands of pencil pushers and we should save money in those endeavors and fire some people for the amount of waste that we've spent in government. That's a good idea. I just don't want to see it necessarily in Doge. but it's not a bad idea on its own. Yeah. The underworld was your heaven, hell, and degrees in between. Right. Greeks only believed in one underworld, right? Tartarus, hell or punishment and death, Elysium, paradise, and the Asphodel meadows where everyone else goes. Yeah, but it was all like one realm, wasn't it? The absolute circus that's going on right now is the exact wrong way to do it. I agree. I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind, dude. I just want to stick my head in the sand and pretend all this shit is just a bad dream. Honestly, how many people in chat are just hunkering down for 4 years and seeing what we end up doing like literally 4 years from now? We have 8 different types of... Hello, Jam. Hi. Welcome on in. We have 8 different types of Coke. I like your typo, but Coke. Why only 2 parties get any action? That too. The fact that the U.S. only talks in terms of Republicans and Democrats is a travesty. It is a farce. Yeah. His job was to keep the souls in the underworld and in their respective areas, warden of the dead. Okay, interesting. Shit, man, I don't want everything handed to me on a silver platter like some people. Gotta raid and run. Chaotic and anybody else who's come over in the raid, please do some self-care. If that's sleep, shower, meds, food, whatever you got to do. If you're going to lurk, I appreciate your lurk support. If you got to go, I appreciate that too. Like, follow. We're streaming on 5.5 platforms right now. 2 YouTube streams, literally 2 YouTube streams. Also Twitch, Trovo, Kick, Instagram. Lots of good stuff happening here. So find me everywhere. Follow me everywhere. Watch all of my streams. They're all the same stream, but you know, watch it. Watch the simulcast wherever you feel most comfortable. And thank you for just being here. Yeah. Thanks, Chaotic, for the raid. All I want is someone to give me a chance. That would be lovely. I'm not asking for a handout personally. I want to work. I like working. I like providing value. I like giving stuff to the world and creating maybe even a legacy, dare I say it. But I don't want handouts. I don't want to be subsidized. I want to work, but I want to be recognized for my work in a reasonable way that will actually support just basic survival, really. I want to survive. Haley, hi and welcome. Haley raided into us last night, and I did not shout out one of my other favorite streamers on YouTube. So I'm going to take the time right now that I'm caught up on literally how long ago was that chat? Like 15 minutes almost. Go check out Haley. They're a friend of a friend originally, but you all should go and show her your love. Let's pull up a clip. Oh, it's a happy birthday. Oh. How sweet. I've never asked for happy birthdays on my birthday. Even if I've streamed on my birthday. I should.
Thank you. Perfect. Perfection.
Yes, by the way, when I shout people out, I pull clips from your deepest, darkest archives. So, just a warning. Anyway, welcome. Go check out Haley TV, please. Please do. Where are we with chat? According to other countries, the U.S. actually doesn't have a left section of the political spectrum. I mean, our left is fairly left. We're just not as far left, I think, as other countries. What we're talking about right now is called the Overton window, like where center, left, and right exist in a given country. So yeah, there are definitely countries, especially in Western Europe, that are their left is far more left than ours. It makes our left look more centrist, but I wouldn't say it makes our left look on the right per se. It's different from community to community. We have a far right, a right, and a center that tries to portray itself as left. Yeah, left and right are relative to them. We're just all right. I disagree. I think other countries do look at the U.S.'s progressive party and do see leftist tendencies. It's not quite as far as other countries would prefer. To 12th century Europe, we're incomprehensibly left. That's probably true. Probably true. Just a fallacy for them to say that. Yeah. I love cleaning, said Chaotic. Interesting, far left radicalizing far right, because I feel like, so what and this is just my own ideology. I don't have a strong background in poli-sci, but I have this feeling like the far right is being left behind. They are. The world is moving away from Protestantism as an organized religious basis of a way of life. It's problematic. It's got conflicts of interest. There are issues with the Protestant faith, right, at its core. And people who think, people who follow science, people who study ethics have issues with the way highly religious people create rule sets and then break them. And their ethics don't always align well with the overall benefit of all. They're sometimes exclusionary, they're sometimes hateful, they sometimes create problems. And so the left moves away from traditional thought, moves away from traditional religiosity and toward progress and science and openness. But they also the left has historically moved toward granting public sector and government workers significant oversight over all private qualities of life. And that can create immense distrust. It can create immense exploitation. The government sector involving themselves in the private or capitalist part of our country has led to some real problems. There's been some abuse of power, but the left seems to want to, basically lick all the nether parts of governmental workers and say they can do no wrong, and the right disagrees. I agree with that part of the right, but then everything else is just crazy radicalism, reactionaryism, feeling like the right has been far left behind and they need to fight and win a spiritual battle for the U.S. so that they get their ideology, their supportive paradigms of the world placed into power so that they're not left behind. And the left leaves the right behind. The left does not bridge the gap. The left does not make the right comfortable. The right also doesn't make the left comfortable either, but the right can rely on tradition, time-tested concepts of that people like to believe in. The right sits in your comfort zone. If the right tells you, just follow your feelings or trust your common sense or pray about it, people love that sort of feeling where the left challenges you, follow the science, listen to an externality, follow the research. And some people don't like that concept. So the right can always gather people by their tactics. Also, the right does a lot of fear mongering as well, right? The left cannot bridge the gap. If between the right and the right is really, really hard pressed to gather anybody onto their side from the left should be able to win by gathering people from the right. And the fact that the left can't do that shows how stupid they are as well. If the left were smart, they'd figure out a fucking way to do that. Leaning to extreme any one way tends to be a problem. True. The US used to be more centrist. We really did used to be. Our population was clustered around... Whoa, I beat up my microphone. Clustered around the center with some leaning left and leaning right, and politicians pulling at those strings to bring them more left or more right. But the vast majority of people stayed center, left of center or right of center. And that's not the case basically since the pandemic. It's how the alt-right formed. Alt-right is a reaction to far left beliefs. I couldn't agree more. People cite wokeism as a reason why they went to the far right. Look at the way Ben Shapiro's career was created. Look at the way Candace Owens, her career was created. These were not people that were far right, but they pursued the far right money because they knew they could at some point as a reaction to the way the left overexerted themselves, imposed themselves. And they created reactionary media to that. People who don't understand stuff, feeling like they're being left behind, coming up with any reason they can think of as to why that's the case. True. Oftentimes, has people that were genuinely wronged in some way due to some goofy policy or know someone who has. Yes, if you've been wronged by government, if you've lost your job due to some sort of wokeism or DEI or whatever, there's a good chance you are easily radicalized to the right. True. That pushes people to become antagonistic against it and seek out others with similar experiences. Yes. Yes. And the internet is great for creating silos, right? We're great at making sub-communities and echo chambers where people will gather together and support each other with their beliefs. If you feel like you're radical and then you join some forum and 10,000 other people all agree with you, you don't feel so radical anymore. It's still 10,000 out of 8 billion people, but you feel like you matter, you belong, and you've been wronged the way many other people have, and you found your tribe, right? That pushes them to echo chamber and seek out news sources that talk about it too. True. It's a core pillar of research. The organization I worked for did research to understand. Yeah, Lycos is a subject matter expert in this particular situation. I'm sure that was an old clip. I'm simplifying it for chat, but if you want, I can drag up some publications on it. Not the vault. Yes, we love the vault. Oh God, I wasn't paying attention. What clip did they play? An old clip. My clips are so old and bad, I'm scared. Well, it's going to happen in the future if you keep staying with us, because I like looking at ancient clips and deliberately embarrassing people that way. Was you on Facecam looking cute? Don't lie to me, Stuart. Couldn't hear the audio, but I think it was a birthday thing. Yep. D, you might actually like some of our publications. I'm sure I would. Honestly, I'm sure I would. And maybe we should add some of that to the knowledge base in Envy. Example of one side radicalizing the other are the satire videos that get passed around as truth and a rally cry. Unfortunately, that happens to both sides too, right? The far left and the far right like to pass deep fakes and fake news and, somebody's trying to pass a bill in Congress and you get some TikToker saying, look at what this bill is actually doing. They're opening up an exploitation, a loophole, and this freedom is going to get taken away from us. And that video goes viral, and that person's not even like a legal scholar or anything like that. They're making an assumption based on the way something's worded, and it's fear-mongering. on both sides. Massive fear mongering or satire or passing around deep fakes or whatever. And people buy it. Even in 2025, people buy that. They eat that shit up for breakfast. We should try to make some clips next time we stream. Yeah, make a stream deliberately just to clip farm. Sometimes it's good to feed into that. I don't remember if I ever sent you my write-up on extremist use cases of AI. Either come to think of it, no, you never did. I mean, my VODs are there, so I can always go through them and clip things, but without much chat interaction right now, it's hard to get good stuff to clip. I could probably pull some good stuff from Split Fiction, though. Here's the thing. I don't think you need chat to make you have a good clippable moment. Good clippable moments happen because you have brought your best foot forward. You're talking about something you're passionate about, something funny came out of your mouth. It doesn't have to be interaction with chat. It just has to be something that you think would impact the largest majority of people watching the clip. Make it happen. Clip a lot of stuff and see where the chips lie too. If you think something's on the fence, you're not sure if it's going to be funny or not, clip it and then watch the view count over the next year. And if in a year that clip only gets like 1 view, then you can always delete it later. So, fuck around and find out, basically. Mine is a tad undercooked because it was made for a class and had to adhere to a page count, but still serves as a brief primer with tons of different pieces of research to dive into in the works cited if you want to know more. That'd be cool, honestly. This is like the intro of Red Dead Redemption when the two women were talking about bringing modernity to the Wild West. I hate to say this, I played so many hours of Red Dead Redemption 2 in the Redem multiplayer role-playing community. I have never played more than like 20 minutes of the vanilla Red Dead Redemption 2 game. I own it. I haven't even streamed it. I played so little of the actual game. Someday, maybe we should add that to the list of things that we do, that we actually play. That would be meaningful to me to do. The left makes the right uncomfy with too much change and progress, and the right makes the left uncomfy with the lack of willingness to change and to question old ideas. Yes, do we need to look at tradition and tried and true methods to make sure that our government stays navigating well? Yes. Do we need to challenge those beliefs from time to time? Yes. The left and the right both have a reason to exist, I feel. But they make each other uncomfy, and they don't do enough to bridge the gap. Bridge the gap, and I think you win. People who are more centrist in politics tend to win bigger because they get more people on their side. Even people who feel like they should be antagonistic to your party line or to your overall meta, once they hear your points and they know that you're more centrist, they will align with you. I do feel like that's the case. I agree with Haley entirely on that regard. I had to cut out half my sources and pages, which really hurts credibility in it. Oh, no. I just feel bad for the up and down. The left and right are the only things people talk about, and you never hear about the other directions. So that's funny. There's actually a political spectrum graph that somebody tried to do, although I hear there's inherent bias towards libertarianism for the people that made this graph. But the left and right are supposed to be more liberal and more conservative of... I forget. One is social freedoms and one is financial freedoms or something like that. But there is an XY axis ideology, something like that. So somebody look that up. Look at the political spectrum websites and tell me. There is an up and down, though, too. I agree. It should be talked about, and it does actually exist. I want to catch up with chat. I need to take a bio and water and other break for a couple minutes. I know we literally have not really played like more than, I don't know, 30 seconds of Mother 3. It will happen tonight. Chat's on fire. I haven't even caught up with chat. I just want to take this break so that I feel more comfortable in my own skin. So let me take a quick self-care break. I'll come back in a couple minutes and we will do the thing. I promise. But I need a biological reset. So BRB, enjoy the clip show for as long as it actually plays. And I'll see you on the other side and catch up with the rest of chat. Bye for now. Let's get that guy those things and teleport back to the very first city that we discovered in the game. Just kidding. It is pronounced Onet. I did check the Japanese pronunciation. And in Japanese, when you go to this first town, they pronounce it Oneto. Oneto. So, Onet. Who is this guy?
It sucks.
So I think she was into me, butthead.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's a
think
literal
so too,
Beavis and
Beavis.
Butthead role
Come
playing. Hello, pleased to make your acquaintance, gentlemen.
Go inside.
This wagon rules.
Oh my god.
Whoa! I'm in
This
the
is
cockpit.
awesome. You said cock.
Fuck.
Whoa!
This rules.
I had no idea anybody would ever try this in the game. Where is he going?
I'm not quite sure.
Really like
What?
the piano stings of like you're doing some fish? Fish?
It's a fish. And it stinks.
Dogs love fish.
Ugh.
Maybe.
I'm not picking it up with my bare hands.
I heard bare hands. I think we're gonna need to look for
I
some
can smell it from here.
interesting or exciting. What'd you tag? Oh, I see it. Got him. Popped like a zit.
Viet.
Yep.
Ah, fine.
Oh, see him. Oh, what the hell? Did anybody see? Wait, can you talk to inanimate objects?
There is no reply. The palm trees whisper in the slight breeze.
I would describe it, but you're streaming.
Understood.
But it's basically me enveloping his cock in my mouth. That's it.
Well done.
Yeah.
That's a lovely dream.
I mean, what luck? The huge giant fell fast asleep. The huge giant fell fast asleep. I guess that's the fucking solution. Son of a bitch. Can you believe it?
$135. Thank you for your contribution to the Book of Crow and the religion.
What's their name?
Book of Crow.
I'm sorry, what?
Book of Crow, you say?
Rose Thompson.
Yes.
Yeah, the Book of Crow. Have you read it?
I have not. I'm very, very new to this area.
Ah.
Are
They
you a
had some
woman
of
of
our
God?
stuff.
I'm sorry?
Are you a
give you a
woman of
book.
God?
I was raised to be, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
it's looking pretty
we
bad
are men
for
and
us.
women of Lucifer. So, I want you to give that book a look after we leave. And if you want to find us, we will be in Ansburg if you have any questions.
They're in Annisburg. Interesting.
That is true. Now,
Is this
thank
the
you.
path?
This is the way.
Some of us need to touch the butt to make a living.
Yeti, is there anything that when you are with somebody or sharing a household with someone, you insist on doing because you think it is a role that you absolutely need personally to take on?
Besides making porn.
Uh-oh.
I do that.
I know you could be watching this on VOD in your own sweet, sweet time. That's okay. I say night because it is night here. And I am a night creature who is doing a night. Having a night with you. Whatever your nighttime is. Sun in the day, bright in the sky, very high up sun. Still night. Still a night with us. Playground, school bell rings again. Ring cloud.
Streaming of Oz just logged in.
Stream of blood. Hungry like the wolf.
Don't want to trip over my own feet.
Hungry like the wolf, 5052329. Pound 9579.
Oh, now.
Hungry like the Oz. Who is probably also very hungry.
Tell us about Blade. Wow, that was a thing. Wait, why is my... Okay, that disappeared. Hi, thanks for waiting for me to do some self-care. I have that triple self-care thing, but sometimes I need to take my own self-care breaks just to make sure I'm doing okay. And as much as we wanted to play like the end, I believe we're getting near the end of this, but I also have been vastly enjoying this conversation, so much so that I was ignoring my own body for a while we just had really enjoyable, invigorating conversation. I appreciate your faces. So thanks for letting me take a quick break. I will catch up with the rest of chat right now. The left, oh, we already talked about the... Then Stuart made that joke about up and down. Every now and then I get a good joke out of the hundreds I say. Me too. Me too. When Mary used to live with us, I would randomly crack jokes around Oz and Mary. And I don't know why I would do it. They were always awful. Always. Every single joke that came out of my mouth, in my opinion, was so awful. I could say it deadpan. I would not laugh at my own joke. I never thought they were that funny. I would just say shit randomly to just say shit. But maybe 1 out of 100 jokes I would crack would just break them. They would be like crumpling down in, you know, we'd be in the kitchen or whatever, and I'd tell a joke. By the way, our kitchen might be finished by the end of next month. It's actually starting work for those of you that are part of the kitchen saga that know what's going on. They'd be in the kitchen, and I'd say something offhand or off color, and they would just crumple down on the ground and pee themselves with laughter. Like immense, like not just that was really funny, or like, hey, yeah, D said something that was actually clever. Like I would break them, physically break them by something I said. And that's why I kept doing it. So I would tell like awful joke after awful joke. And I don't know I guess I don't know comedy that well, but every once in a while I would say something and I can make girls or grown women pee themselves with laughter. But I'm definitely not a comedian. If you told me go write a stand-up routine, go stand with a mic and tell your jokes, well, guess what? 99 of my jokes would suck ass and everybody would be leaving. And then one joke would make everybody pee themselves. So I don't think I'm meant for comedy. Such a lonely existence. I applaud you for that one, honestly. I'll send it off to you then. Yeah, please do. I just put way too much time into it, but it meant a lot to me to make it right. I appreciate that of you or about you. For sure, I just know most of my streams since I got back the last few months were kind of quiet. I think, or that's why I think Split Fiction could work since we were playing off the game and each other. Sometimes some games you play end up being more clip worthy than others, right? That's just how it do. Like I was chilling and playing Overwatch for so many of them. Honestly, there are some games, and Marvel Rivals is this for me. I love playing the game. I love playing it with the friends that play it, but I don't interact with the stream as much as I ought to when I am playing that game. And so, it's a hard game for me to stream because it does not create the community that I'm trying to create. It's deleterious to what I want to do, but I love the game. That's how I am. I got jump scared by a butterfly in the game. That's a good clip. Oh, I want to see that one. Can you DM that one to me? I'd be curious. If you don't want to showcase it on my stream, that's fine. But I personally want to see it. Genuinely would enjoy a critique of it if you feel so inclined. It might be time constrained, but I'd like to give it. I know it's flawed and I have issues with it, but another perspective on what can be improved will only go to help me be a better researcher and writer. I'd love that. Even though I'm a programmer. I mean, I'm both. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. When the world tells you you're either good with like math and language and science, or you're good at social communications and interactions and the English and prose and all that sort of thing, you're either one or the other type of person. That's a myth. You can be good at both. You can also be awful at both. There's nothing saying that humankind is either mathematical or social. You can be both, and you can be neither. Yeah. God, just looking through it again right now quickly. There's sections that got reduced to a single paragraph or two that used to be multiple pages. That's how revisions go, right? My first draft was over 40 pages. The final version ended up being 18 of actual content. Yeah. I just discovered that all my streams before February this year are apparently gone. What happened? Did you save them as highlights? Do you have them downloaded somewhere? That sucks. Yeah, they did change highlights and VODs, but they changed it usually for really, really big streamers. If you have hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content, some of the old stuff might get deleted. If you have lots of saved content. It barely stores any now, and streaming again automatically clears old VODs to make room for new ones, which is why I multi-stream. Everything for me is saved on YouTube, and YouTube doesn't cull anything. Ever. Just multi-stream to YouTube. You'll have your own archive that they can't get messed around with the way Twitch does. Go to creator dashboard, content video manager, right side, there should be a bar. Look at you in full tutorial mode. Video storage, highlights and uploads, yeah. Tracks your total storage capacity for highlight and uploads, limited to 100 hours per channel. For some people that sucks. For me, I'm nowhere near that limit, so I'm fine. If you used to save streams as highlights, they get deleted. If you did that regularly, yes. And VODs auto clear after a month, I believe. That sounds about right. Auto clearing of VODs happens faster on Twitch than it does on other platforms. They give you some time, but not a whole lot. So YouTube is really the way to go if you want an archive. I knew they changed highlights, but I didn't think they changed VODs. Yeah. Do your self-directed self-care or life will suck. Life was beginning to suck for me. I was starting to feel like I needed to take a break. So yeah, I had to get up. Saying shit to just say shit is most of my life. We know. Everybody in this chat knows. Stuart. Oh, Dia, I was going to ask if you and Oz would want to play Repo at some point. Honestly, so I have streamer friends and family members that have started down the Repo path, and their schedules and our schedules don't necessarily align. Their friend groups that they play games with and our friend groups that we play with don't necessarily align. It would be an honor to play Repo with you, Haley. I think that would be a lot of fun. It's a game I really wanted to check out. So, yeah. Well, let's talk logistics and try to make that happen, because I think it would be a fun time. I talked to Stuart a bit about it yesterday, so he might join too. Excellent. Excellent. Overwatch for stream is one of those that if you aren't already hugely known for it, not many people come by. Yeah, Overwatch and other games where you disengage with chat because you're so engaged with the game. You're one of two types of streamers. Either you're ignoring your chat and you're going to fail, or you're so good at the game, chat doesn't matter. They're there to watch you to learn how to play the game better or see like some really cool gameplay. I am not excellent at those types of games, so nobody would watch me to learn new tactics in Overwatch, learn new tactics in Marvel Rivals. They join my channels for the chat, for the banter. And if you're playing those games, the chat dries up until you die, and then you can catch up on back chat. It's not ideal. So those games are for somebody, they're not for me. Not to stream. When I'm not streaming, yeah, then it's fine. Are you going to play Dune when it comes out? I don't know a lot about Dune. I could be sold on it, perhaps. I never saved anything because, like I said, it was just 2 to 3 hours of Overwatch or something small. I debated multi-streaming to YouTube, but I don't know if my PC can handle it. It's not your PC. The broadcasting software you use, Streamlabs, or if you use OBS, it's really more just a bandwidth issue. If you have a really, really bad upload speed on your internet service provider, multi-streaming is probably not great for you. But if you've got some wiggle, like 30 megabaud or higher upload rate, you're probably fine to multi-stream, and it's not gonna break the bank to do or like kill your stream. I would recommend it just because diversification can find you your niche audience. You might find yourself surprised at where you get traction. I'm surprised at how much YouTube live streaming, while it's still new and people don't seem to really be into it, how many people have found me and how much of a community I've built in such a short period of time. And Kick has surprised me. I thought Kick was just a dead end, but it's actually gotten some reasonable traction, and I appreciate that. Trovo, I'm still auditioning right now. We'll see how it do. Instagram, I'm auditioning right now. We'll see how it do. So depends, but I recommend, as long as you have the bandwidth, do multi-stream. It's not going to break your computer to try. I can't upgrade my PC even though it needs it because we have to replace our roof. Oof, that sounds rough. I would never wish a roof replacement on anybody. Monster Mariposa clip sent. Thank you for that. Good thing mine align with y'all. We're gonna turn up during late nights. I played with a group tonight and it was so funny and fun. I really want to check it out. I have someone I follow because she's super sweet and keeps up with chat, but I'm also learning how to play Mercy better because of her. Nice. I love Mercy mains. They make everything better. I'd have to stream at all to consider multi. I've decided one of the reasons I don't stream after having to stop is I just don't think to make it a priority while it's a realistic thing before I'm distracted. I should conjure a set time to dig back in. I think the world could benefit from your very unique perspective on reality and just getting into deep talks. So if I could recommend anything, Troa, if you're going to stream games, I'd stream stuff that you can stop. Like I've been staring at the same screen on Mother 3 for a very long time, so that you can have those deep conversations, because that's where you will shine. I think that's where people will learn to find and love who you are. It's the you, not the game that you decide to play. Dune is an MMO. I'm already addicted. Has guilds and PvP stuff. Not really my bag, but if I had a guild, perhaps it could be worth it. I'd be down. I'd be down to check it out. I think my upload would be fine since I'm on Ethernet and we pay for 1 gig. If you have 1 gig upload, not your download speed, but your upload speed, you can... hello, Silvos. If you have 1 gig upload and download, i.e. it's synchronous, synchronous ISP provider will usually do the same upload speed as download speed. Asynchronous, which is what we had before we switched to our current service provider. They don't sponsor this stream, so I'm not going to mention them by name. Before that, we had really fast downloads and really slow, in comparison, uploads. So much so that if I streamed, Oz streamed, and Mary streamed, we saw some bad bandwidth issues. It was just happening that way. With the new ISP, our upload speed is it's enough for us to multi-stream. Even if Oz and I stream at the same time, stream to multiple service platforms at the same time, we would be fine. We would have plenty of upload to go. So, yeah, I'd base it on that, your upload speed. I figured the encoding would be an issue. Usually not. You encode for 1 stream, and then you download a plugin. For me, with OBS, I just have a multiple outputs plugin. The encoding is done once, and then it's just mirrored to other stream keys. It's very minimal work CPU-wise on my machine. Both my CPU and GPU are 6 years old, and we're already on the lower end of the power back then. I don't think it's going to be an issue to multi-stream. Honestly, I don't. We knew it was coming when we bought the house 5 years ago, but we were hoping we could get a few more years out of the roof. Yeah, that sucks. That's the sort of thing you can't neglect a roof, because especially if you're a home owner, you are going to ruin your investment if you don't get the roof fixed. Depending on how much weather there actually is where you live. I want to have these talks myself, but no one who watches me wants to talk. You need to be a little more hard-handed with the community that you've built then. I've watched, especially, I've watched on Twitch, I've watched on Instagram, and I've especially watched on YouTube. People are leaving my channel, and I don't get upset by that, because they're leaving my channel because they don't feel like this is the content they originally signed up for. I've had several iterations of who I am, how I present myself online, how we communicate with the community, what sort of content we go through in a given stream. And because of the things that I prioritize, that I feel passionate about, people have decided that's not in their alignment. And that's good, actually. I don't want them to stay following me, subscribed to me, whatever it happens to be, if we're not a cultural fit. If the more words coming out of my mouth, you realize this is not really for you, we are not in alignment in any way, I don't want you to stay and pity me because you're subscribing or you're encouraging somebody that doesn't even follow the same worldview as you. Well, I mean, maybe some people appreciate that and want that diversity. But for whatever reason, when people leave, I'm not sad because I think you're going to go find other people that match you better. And I will eventually find more subscribers or followers to backfill you that are more in alignment with what I want to talk about or how I want to conduct my streams. So I think you will make that community if you want to, and if you're heavy-handed enough about it to make sure that the community that you build matches your interests and proclivities. Yeah. I've said proclivities, I think, twice or 3 times now in stream. I don't know. It's a fun word. I like to say that word. Thank you. I take that as a rather fantastic compliment. Excellent. Excellent. Yes, a selfless friend has joined us. We'll for sure hit the DMs to figure out what you all want to play Repo and or when you want to play when y'all want to play Repo. I'm also going to pick your brain some more about multi-streaming and how to. I've learned some pitfalls that they don't teach you in guides. It makes me want to go make some guides myself, post them on YouTube to help like fix the disparity in what knowledge you can find on YouTube. But you can get my crash course before I actually create the video to do so. So yeah, feel free to pick my brain to make sure that we get you set up ASAP. I prefer being able to talk directly to somebody rather than trying to find a good tutorial somewhere and needing help still. Yeah, I'll tell you firsthand, the tutorials online on how to do multi-streaming, every one of them, all the big names that I went and researched, they're missing something or they gloss over something. There's something critical to multi-streaming that they lose sight of. They didn't get right. And I had to find it by trial and error. So, and I'm a meticulous person. If something causes me grief to implement, I will remember it. I will hold it accountable, and I will teach other people, hey, you guys, this sucks. Let's talk about why every tutorial has skipped this valid, critical component to multi-streaming. Repo's been super fun. Has it been? I need to check it out. It looks like it would be fun. Just did a test. My upload speed is 39 megabaud per second. You're going to be fine. You could stream to as many platforms as I stream to, and you will be fine. I streamed to 5.5 different platforms, and I'm doing okay. No bandwidth issues whatsoever. 39 sounds like fun cable. When the roof was replaced, they used shingles that don't work for our weather conditions. What the heck? So it was doomed from the beginning. That sucks. I hate when people set up infrastructure for a house and then you come in as either the next owner or renter or whatever, and it's obvious how many corners they cut. That just sucks. There's so many corner cutting problems in our community. 1000%. I don't want people to stick around just because they feel like they have to. I'd rather them stay because they want to and they've found a space they want to hang out in. Honestly, true. Yeah, some people will be here because they like Oz, and if they support Oz, maybe they'll also support me. But the vast majority of people who are here, I push people away. I'm antagonistic. I get it. We talk about certain types of topics. We don't play enough games. I parkour a lot in games, or I get stuck on a screen like I did right now here. Learned Psi Counter Omega for how many minutes, and we're just reading chat and just not playing this game, right? If you are watching a gameplay streamer and you want to see the progress of the story and you want to see how the story goes, you can find that in many places online. You don't have to necessarily watch my stream. My stream is part playing through cool games, reacting to those games. Also getting stuck in Twitch ads for those of you that can't skip this ad. So I won't do, I'll pause on getting through the chat. But if you're not here for the chat part, you'll quickly learn this is not the community for you. We're exchange of ideas. We're trying to grow, change, get people to critically think for themselves, conceptualize the world in a different way, rather than come home from your shitty job and just unwind your brain and unplug from everything. There are millions of people who want you to unplug. And unfortunately, and this is why I think I'm antagonistic to the rest of content creation in this regard, I think when you clock out from your shitty job, you come home, you have so many hours to get fed, washed, slept, and come back to clock in on your job again tomorrow. There are plenty of people that would love for you to just get comfy. I disagree with this. I don't like mindset people. I don't like people that push that you have to always be like gaining and how much are you earning and what's your sexual marketplace value. All that kind of bullshit, that grind lifestyle is garbage. But coming home and disconnecting, getting yourself proper stony baloney, not doing anything with the rest of your night, just literally decompressing from how bad your job was, and then clocking in tomorrow to do the same thing over again is Sisyphean. I want to awaken people. I want to get people critically thinking for themselves. I want to get people engaged while also warning people, don't get yourself caught in a workaholic mentality. Workaholism is bad. Decompressing and unwinding every night with no personal growth is bad. There should be something in between where we are engaged, awakened, active, empathetic to one another, and working on the progress of ourselves and how we can be a benefit to others eventually once we've created our own core infrastructure that's well balanced and gets us all moving forward. The grind mindset people won't move the world forward. The stoned on the couch watching Looney Tunes people won't move this world forward. Something in between. That's what I want to build. So I appreciate you all for being here, for doing that. Yeah. Let me, we're 5 seconds from everybody rejoining us, and then I'll catch up with chat. Because Twitch is the chat that's exploding. If you're on one of the other platforms and Twitch is silent, talk to me about it. Let's chat. Also, Roxanne, I apologize. I'm so far behind in so many chats, and your chat is not in my main chat thread. But I appreciate you constantly coming back. You're one of my favorite people on all of Kick. So thank you for being here. There's a version of Fireflies, but every line is just, you won't believe your eyes. Oh my God, it's like one of those troll edits of a song. I love and hate hearing those versions of songs where they just like screw with the lyrics. I heard one that was Wonderwall by Oasis, and it's so awful, but I love playing it for people and watching them cringe too, if you know what I mean. It's even pitched correctly. Honestly, yeah, we've come a long way trolling people on the internet. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate your face. Let's catch up with the rest of Twitch chat. Finding a safe space you fit into online can be rough sometimes, so I try to hang around when I find them. Honestly, seriously, it is hard. There's so much there, and you know our communities and all the like inner politics and everything that we have to sort of traipse around. I hate it. I wish there was like zero drama, all safe, all comfy, all just like every person was just their own personality. They communicated with their community on a one-on-one basis, and you didn't have to worry about anything greater narrative than that. But it does happen. But yeah, I do try to cling on to being the Finland or Switzerland, the most neutral place where the philosophy behind us being here together matters the most. What we've come together to create, how we support each other, the minimizing of suffering, maximizing of empathy matters the most to me, and all conversations should be ultimately to that goal. That's exactly why I like talking to a person rather than watching a video from 5 years ago that no one's keeping up with. Honestly, even videos from this year, literally 2025 videos, got stuff wrong about me doing multi-streaming on YouTube. I had to solve some stuff by trial and error. I think you guys, was it like maybe 10 different streams where my my stream was broken on YouTube. I was either streaming vertical or horizontal, but I couldn't get both. And there are just so many different ways in which those online tutorial people, they're lacking in some way. Plus, if you're spending your time creating videos teaching online, you probably aren't actually in the trenches streaming all the time. You're a tutorial maker. You are not a live streamer. There's going to be a disconnect between what you do with your week and what I do with my week. I need my streaming platforms to work for me. It's the spite that kicks in and makes it stick in my memory. Yes. That's good to hear that. I figured 39 was low for upload. No. You only need maybe like 5 megabaud per stream. So 39 divided by 5, you're almost at 8 different streaming platforms that you'll be. Yeah, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. That's plenty. That's plenty of upload speed. There's a wall in our living room that isn't a 90-degree angle, and it drives me insane. Framers have such an important job when it comes to houses because frames on houses shift, move. You need to know what you're doing. You need to be really, really accurate. And honestly, modern homes just do not care enough about framing. My grandfather was a carpenter in the greater LA area, one of my grandfathers. And the work that he did, I mean, that's so vital to be able to make a well orthogonal house. I don't know how to explain it except that it feeds into the brain to be able to look at your corners of your room that you're in and say, these corners are actually orthogonal with each other. It matters. It matters. It feeds into mental health, in my opinion, even if it's subconscious. I can see that it's not built perfectly straight because it doesn't line up with the perfectly scored tiles. Oof. Too many streams have become turn off your brain spaces. Yeah, I think people would rather try to seek monetization by being your buddy. Like, oh, Haley just logged in. What's up? How's it going? It's good to see you. Yeah, we're just streaming some Mother 3 tonight. We're having a fun time. We're just chilling. I'm a little bit, baked, you guys, but we're going to have a fun time. We're all just having like so much fun. We're just relaxing. We're maxing out. We're really enjoying each other's spaces, and it's really good to see you. What have you been up to? There's no depth to those streamers, right? I hate to say I'm picking on a particular streamer that I sometimes have rated into, you guys. But honestly, if we don't challenge each other, if we don't keep our brains active in some way, we are all just going to bake ourselves into like the humans from WALL-E. We're all just going to get sat down in our chairs, get fat, get dumb, and turn off and disconnect our brains. And then the people that do care, that do have passion, they're going to take and make choices for you. Your life is going to be dictated by people who care more about the world than you do, and they want to impose their mentality on what happens. If you rescind your passion, somebody else will take it up for you. Yeah, I believe that. I feel like the occasional disconnect is fine for a nice reset. There's always going to be somebody out there that's doing the self-love sort of thing and getting everybody to just like be calm and present. And I'm for it, just not at the degree that we have it right now. A constant disconnect slows your brain, and I'm unfortunately stuck in that second spot because I'm constantly overstimulated. Sounds like you have some self-reflection and a new strategy you're going to have to accommodate for. Someone played a Wonderwall one in the Mercy Streamers chat today. It wasn't like the really, really bad one. There's a guy, Neil, what was his name? Sierra? Ah, man, I can't remember his name. Neil. His first name was Neil. He made such a awful Wonderwall. And I play it for everybody because it's so awful. Megabaud? Yeah, baud rate. That's what Mbps is, right? Tell me I'm wrong, Silvos. Correct me. What does Mbps stand for? I thought it was bauds per second. Right? And then the M is for mega, G is for giga if you have gigabod. But the B is for baud rate. That's your transfer speed, as opposed to like, right? Am I right? Am I right or am I wrong? It's not megabit, is it? Isn't it the baud rate? Or am I old and stupid? Baud is a dial-up term? Shit. I'm just that old. I'm just that old. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a carcass. I'm just a carcass streaming. I'm held up by cables. I'm basically Weekend at Bernie's. You guys, I'm just that old. I just talk dial-up terms. Thanks for correcting me on that. Megabit. It's the end of the walls, the messed up part. It's like the part of the opening into the living room, so it feels even worse and more obvious. Ugh. Yeah, that sounds painful. Love how the discussion has been so enthralling that we only have 2 minutes of walking around to the game. Stuart, you leave this channel right now if you want to actually watch Mother 3 gameplay. I'm just kidding. You're welcome here. I think I know who you're talking about. Jam, yeah, you and me both know because we both love the game that this streamer plays. But let's be honest, he really wants to just disconnect people that he talks to. I'm doing a bit. Every time I do that voice, I'm deliberately doing my impression of one streamer. And I hate to say it. I do like him. He's a good guy. But that's just not my branding though. Yeah. 9600 bits per second. I don't know who it was by, but it would do a lyric and then repeat that and then move to the next lyric and repeat that one. It was killing the musician. I'm a musician too, and yes, those awful garbage edits, they hurt so bad, and I also want to share them with everybody and cause pain in other people. Carcass high five. Hell yeah. This is the Carcass chat. You talking Mbps or Mbps? Yes, bits versus bytes, right? A megabit is a megabaud. Thank you, Jam. So I'm not misspeaking. Speaking in AOL terms. How dare you? Modems never got that fast, really. Baud is a correct term, but not quite applicable here. So I'm right. I'm technically correct, but people just don't say baud anymore. My nosy self wants to figure out who the streamer is. Here. I will shout this person out because they deserve some love. And I shouldn't pick on somebody without also saying I pick on them, but I also love them as a streamer. They deserve and have a great following for what they do. And I am just not that person. So while I respect that they exist and that they have fame, I also want to exist and acknowledge that I am something different and that I feel that what I'm doing is important and different. But I do sometimes make fun of this person. I hope I got the name right. Play a clip! This is the guy.
No, not Pepioni again. Fuck it, I'm running to the chamber. Not Pepioni again, dude.
Oh, he's focus-faced. You don't even get his personality.
No, you son of a bitch!
Because he's playing such a hard game.
You motherfucker! Fucking pepperoni! He even emoted on me, dude. What a fucking asshole! Just let me fucking... Holy shit!
Honestly, I've never seen him this angry.
Honestly, it's futile. Amazing, bro. Fucking incredible, dude.
Yeah. He's a comfort streamer. That guy, Johnny Quest, he's like a warm blanket you just wrap yourself in and you don't do shit for the rest of the night because you're comfy. You have dishes to do, you have bills to pay, you have a side hustle that you want to get some progress on so that you can eventually quit your day job. And then you just put Johnny Quest on around your shoulders and you give up on life just for one day. I'm trying to build a different community than that. But I love and appreciate him. And Jam guessed right. I knew you would. I knew you guessed right. I knew if I did an impression of him, somebody, and especially Jam and maybe Nico, would guess it properly. Yeah. They're hilarious, but oof my soul. Yeah. I did dial-up PC and used AOL Messenger as a child / preteen. Nice, nice. We're all in good company here then. For the same reason people call them Ethernet cables, it's not the right term, but it fits. Yeah. I get you. Got to run to bed. My alarm will start going off in an hour and a half. Likos, did you just absolutely hamstring your day tomorrow? I got another 2 applications done though. Damn, an hour and a half. I thought my sleep schedule was awful. Likos, if you're going to set a bar for your own success, just let it be that you sleep more than I do. That's all I ask. Sleep more than I do. Even my ex-wife gets more sleep than I do, and she doesn't have a good relationship with sleep. So do better. I get that I have someone that has become a comfort streamer and he's actually not too happy with it because he's not growing the way he wants to currently. I feel like comfort can only get you so far. You need some way to differentiate yourself. And for me, I think it's not hard to say I make people think, and we butt heads and we talk about things that are uncomfortable, and that's rare enough. I don't have to do much more than that. But if you're going to be a comfy streamer, there's millions of you. So you better find your differentiating factor. Otherwise, why would people choose just you? I ask this, I do a lot of mentoring conversations, you guys. In fact, this last week alone, I've done so much mentoring conversations, editing, live streaming, content creation, voice acting, you name it. I want more people to come up to be more like, not more like me necessarily, but to be more empathy driven, conscientious, active, engaged, not just being parasocial online, but being a force of change in this world. So I invest in a lot of people. Also, a lot of people invested in me. I feel like it's my onus, my duty to pay that forward and help people who ask me for advice. So I try to get a lot of people set up as streamers, as content creators, as voice actors, as anything that I can to just keep the machine going forward. It's important to me. It feeds into me to help people along. And one thing that I asked a streamer who is struggling with growing, I mean, I'm not like a success, but just helping somebody who's not where I am right now, is I asked them, what is it about you that you feel like you need to stream that you can provide no one else can? You know, what makes you different? Why do you want to hit go live or start streaming on your applications? What is it you're trying to provide? What do you want to give to the world? And I feel like not enough people ask themselves that question. They're like, well, I want to play games and I want to get paid. I want to play games and get paid. I don't want to do my day job. I get that. I feel that same way too. I get that. But you also have to think in terms of how are you going to get that traction? Where are you going to differentiate? Why will people choose you? 3 million people on Twitch alone. Nothing to speak of the lesser live streaming platforms. Why would anybody find your channel, watch you for a minute, and then decide that they will stay? There's got to be something. It can't just be you hate your day job. There's got to be something deeper, something better than that. Yeah. This time to some AI alignment and safety nonprofits. Ooh, I'm curious. I really want to see what your next job's going to be, Likos. I think it's going to be a good one. I may do a chat before game tag. Is that a thing? Do a search for chat before game on Twitch, Troa. I'm really curious what kind of traction that particular tag has. Oz found a tag called Parent Gamer. And she's like, I'm going to put that as a tag on my future streams. I did a search for parent gamer. It was not a thing. There was no traction. I was like, maybe not. But parent by itself kind of was. And I was like, maybe if you want to differentiate yourself as a parent and you want other parents to come in, talk to you about child rearing and all the stuff there, add parent, but don't add parent gamer. I'm curious about chat before gaming or chat before game. Have a good night, Likos. He tries to do that, but the community is just so comfortable at this point. His production value is so high, way higher than some popular streamers, and it's a bummer to see him not be seen as much. I don't think production value is it. I think it is. Well, let me ask you, how is he as far as like a showman? Because you can buy the most expensive lights. You can have crazy widgets all over your screen. You can make your stream look really, really high production value. You can do whatever you want to do to make the visuals look amazing. But if your visuals look amazing and people sit in for a minute and they're like, I just don't vibe on your personality, it's just not there, then it's going to be really hard to grow an audience. I have a friend who is a live streamer who has a really sexy visual stream. I'm not saying they're sex-based. I just mean you look at it and it's clean, it's minimalist, it looks expensive, it looks good, it looks like a streamer who would stream to 1,000 live viewers at a time. And they stream to maybe 2 to 3 average people, or 2 to 3 people on average per hour. And the reason being is there's no media training. There's no socialization. There's no engaging and reacting and connecting with the audience at a deeper level. And let's say you're streaming to 0 audience. There's no audience watching you. How do you make the VOD captivating? And where do you place that VOD later? And do you cut the VOD into meaningful marketing for your channel and then post that on Twitch and on TikTok, Twitch stories, Instagram Reels, and get yourself going? Are you a person that people want to sit in on? New people, new strangers. That part's hard. You can look really, really sexy, but if you're not bringing the skills as a showman, that can be tricky to bring new people in. Yeah. I also wouldn't do that tag because it might draw kids into the audience. The parent gamer. Would you really think kids would want to watch a parent? I don't know about that. He went to film school, designs almost everything of himself, even edits for big, long-time YouTuber. I think I know who you're talking about, actually. He streams to 25 to 30 of us consistently. Oh, maybe I don't know who you're talking about. It's probably somebody else that I don't know. Streams to 25 to 30 of us consistently. There's just no new people coming in. And he posts to other socials and stuff as well. That's a tricky one. Yeah, it might be a market differentiation problem at that point. Like, how do you prove to people that there's something that you have to offer that they can't find elsewhere, right? Because we really are in an oversaturated market since the pandemic. Everybody ran and bought webcams, learned how to stream, and a bunch of people tried it and decided it's either not for them, the social anxiety was too great, the fame changed them for some people, they just weren't into showmanship, or for whatever reason. But for the few people who stuck, they are competing for the same space. And if you aren't having some sort of conversation, some sort of connection that proves that you're different, like me, how many people live stream that have a background in Hollywood, who've worked in Hollywood and can speak to the acting industry, who can speak to voice acting? I know a million people that want to become voice actors. I am one. I can talk about the professional industry and help people out in that regard. How many people want to challenge and critique and debate hot topics? That can be tricky. I see so many, I pop into a lot of streamers' channels and it says no politics, no spicy topics, no news, no hot topics, just chill vibes, please. Well, what if you want to talk about something that's really burning a hole in your brain and you want to get into a deep conversation about it? You want to do a deep dive about it with a streamer. I do that, but not everybody does that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying you need to follow my platform. It could be a differentiation in a different way. You could be the live streamer that does a certain type of reaction video often, or regular chats about a specific topic that people really want to get involved in some way. If you go too niche, you might not succeed. I know somebody that's really into like blood and guts horror films. Not the scary ones, just the bloody ones. And everybody who's into bloody horror is also a fan of this streamer. But that's not a lot of people. So you also have to think, you want to niche yourself to some degree, but you also want to be broadly interesting or say things that are captivating for a wider audience. You don't want to niche down too far, but you also don't want to be so ambiguous of what you stand for that when people watch a minute of your content, they're like, I like my own streamers I've already found, and I'm disinterested in this one person because they're not bringing anything new to the table. Yeah. There is a chat before gameplay tag. I just looked and added it to my own profile. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to see how successful that tag is doing. I would think other parents might think it's a child-friendly stream and encourage their kids to stay there. Yeah, I have. There's one person in particular, Gavin Stouthart. I think it's all one word, Gavin Stouthart, who does mostly child-friendly streams, and he's great. He's so good at what he does. I'm not that way. I'm an absolute degenerate, and most of my friends, degenerates or goblin, and we all do 18+ streams. We're inherently going to stream to less people. We're going to fight an uphill battle. I'm missing out on a huge demographic grab by not being able to stream to younger people. I get that. But I also want to have conversations that are not meant for them. And I don't want to cut that part out of my streams. So I will probably never use a tag that encourages kids to be like, oh yeah, Damien, he's the guy. Let's go see his channel. And then I start talking about crazy shit that's gonna, burst their minds, or it's gonna make their parents upset. That's not for me. As a parent, you don't want to bring your child to my streams. Yeah. I'm certain it is, and the average viewer isn't really super impressed by visuals and all the background effort he puts in. Honestly, yeah. All the big streamers that I've watched, their visuals minimize almost everything. The more busy your UI is, the worse off you are. People are going to look at all that shit. Your framing, your crazy GIFs that you have, everything. Your dancing, minions on the bottom of the screen with everybody's chat handles above them. The crazier you go with that kind of stuff, it's obvious you're trying to fill your personality, your lack of personality, with gimmicks. Why do people watch your stream? Is it because you've added a whole shitload of widgets? Or is it because you yourself... God, I keep hitting my mic. You yourself are actually an interested and engaging person, and you engage with your community at a deeper level that feeds into them. You listen and you care, and you're not some narcissist staring at a camera hoping that people will worship you. That's a challenge. I think the people that succeed in this industry care about people and also don't get lost in the weeds. They don't spend hours and hours working out stuff that's really not going to feed into their audience at the end of the day. Could I program crazy camera effects and bit point redemptions and channel point redemptions to do crazy wild stuff with the stream? Let's turn the stream upside down. Let's recolor everything. Let's do a weird 5-second interlude that plays a funny video or music, whatever. Yes, I can do all of that. I have the bot for it. I have the tech knowledge for it. I don't do it because I want you here for us. Not just me, but the you and me together. And I feel like a lot of people don't get that, and they just get lost in other stuff. And they suffer for it. I think. I'm not saying I'm a success. I'm just saying I care about certain things that I think are more important. Yeah. Looked, there are no live channels tagged chat before gameplay. Okay, good to know. I still like the message. I do appreciate what the tag means, but I probably won't adopt it unless it's got a clear market value behind it. My stream is 18 plus for a reason. I'm not going to be in charge of filtering things for other people's kids. 100%. Yeah. I do not for kids on YouTube. I do 18 plus on Twitch, 18 plus on Kick. Anywhere I can, on Trovo too. Anywhere I can put a filter. I don't want you watching the stream and feeling like my kid just learned something that I'm going to have a let's sit down at the kitchen table and have a deep conversation about what you just heard Damien say. I don't want that. I hate stream raiders and those stream games. What do you mean stream raiders? What do you mean by a stream raider? The first thing that comes to mind is somebody who raids out to someone else, but I don't imagine you mean that. Yeah. Explain yourself, Jam. Explain yourself to me. Thank you. That's why I have a PNG tuber on my gameplay screen, and I have my chatting screen that shows the PNG and chat. Good. Focuses on, like, damn it, your connection with other people, right? The one cool scene I like of mine is an idea from him, actually. It has a blurred background, and the game is smaller on the side, and there's chat. It's waiting through... Oh, it's for waiting through ad breaks. Oh, I like that. Or in between Overwatch matches, chatting mid-game. Cool, so you focus more on, like, here's where we do engaging with community and less the game itself, right? You definitely watch some people just for the gameplay. I know somebody who, I forget his name. I watched a couple of his streams. He was like the best Phasmophobia player in the history of that game. He knew the game as well as the developers knew it. He would play solo. He wouldn't even play with other players most of the time. He'd play solo games, and he'd have every metric of the game memorized. Did you watch him for his personality or for the gameplay? Honestly, for this guy, he was smart. He was good at both. He was an amazing... He knew one game really fucking well, and he also was a good entertainer, just as a person. That, to me, is probably peak Twitch. I don't want to be known to be great at a game. I don't know that I ever loved any one game to be perfect at it, or to subject you all to watching me play one game over and over and over to be great at it. I sometimes stream Final Fantasy 14, but I don't think I'm known as a 14 streamer. You don't watch me to learn how to play Final Fantasy 14. Also, the game's easy, so it's not that. But I do like the idea of taking breaks, connecting with community, or in my case, obviously, just chatting with chat is the whole thing we've done for. We're almost 3 hours in the stream. We haven't even played this game. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate your faces. I have 2 kids of my own. I'm not managing someone else's. No, I don't blame you one bit. I solved all of those problems by having absolutely nothing cool looking at all of my stream, or better yet, I stream once every year. Keeping the cool stuff off your stream, I think, forces people to know who you are. And Silvos, you're very, if I can say this, having met you in person, you are an infectious personality. You have a certain, like, just joie de vivre that's, like, endemic to you, that I think that in itself is captivating, and people would like to engage in that. So much so that the game doesn't matter as much. The visuals really don't matter as much. Just you being you is different and refreshing in a way that's enough. You don't need to add a bunch of other shit. You don't need to spend your time trying to find ways to lure people in for your lack of personality. You have a big personality. The little avatars on the bottom of the streams, honestly, it's a thing. And some people do love that shit. But I would rather watch a streamer who is also interesting and had those avatars than someone that's using those little walking things on the bottom of the screen to fill in for their lack of personality. It's like a little game where all the characters dance around at the bottom of the stream. 100%. That takes over the stream sometimes. I've seen that. Yeah. You can still see what's happening in the game, but we also get a second to focus on chat and bring attention to chat. Yeah, that's good. I think that's a good mechanic. My brain's tired, and I heard you're infectious. Your personality. But yes, you are also viral. Just not virally content creator. You're just a virus. I'm just kidding. I'm just making fun. Likos, you're still awake. What the heck? Likos, your tomorrow is going to suck so bad because you're still here. I did one more. Now it's actually time for bed. Likos, please take care of yourself better than I do. That's my minimum bar for all of you is go find out what D's schedule is. If you're not on the NV part of my Discord server, go find out how to join it. Look at my real life schedule and then just, I beg you, do better than me. That's my minimum bar is do better than what I do. Go get sleep. All right, we're caught up with chat. So D learned Psy countered Omega. And Oz is about to learn something too. You got the feeling that you heard... Excuse me? You got the feeling that you heard old Beanstalk leader's bell? Do we need to go back to him? We could do that. You should probably quit for now? Excuse me? Is the game telling me I need to take a break? Do you remember in Mother 2? Actually, I think this happened in Mother 1 also. The game would tell you it's time to take breaks and you should save and stop playing the game. I did not know that this game, or maybe it happened once before and I forgot. But I must have forgotten. This game does also tell you to take breaks. It's so rare. Oh, I see, Jam. I start playing the game and now you leave? I'm just kidding. Thanks for the lurk support. I appreciate you. You should probably quit for now. I appreciate all you've done today, but you should probably quit for now. Try to remember how you are today. That's what that little waver means. It's like sing the last syllable. For some strange reason, that's what the bells ringing seems to sound like. You've had a big day. What do you say you call it quits and hit the hay? No. Please be careful now. All right, game. Oz is about to get her side power, though. Here's the thing. I want Oz to have her side power. Oz's fever went away. Learned PK Fire Omega. That's going to be critical. That's going to be a fire attack that hits all enemies on the screen. I think it's going to be worthwhile that we got that one. Guy. What? What? Oh, okay. Guy. Left, right. This, that. Yay. Yay. All right, that's creepy. Weird. Oh, there's so many people here at what is this? The landing pad for the limousine. What the hell are all you people doing here? I'm so confused right now. This dogfish seems to be tame. Hi, dogfish. Why does it look like it's standing on one leg like a flamingo? Some chimeras, such as these ones, are fond of people. Don't worry, they don't fight or bite. I wonder how they wound up like this. Well, you're the researcher. You tell me. This Australephant seems to be tame. Cool. Thanks. It looks fun and everything on the outside, but this city gives me the creeps. You and me both, kid. In one way or another, everyone on the island has gathered here in this city. Even I was tricked into coming here. Is Nico here too? I don't know, is he? No idea. People are flocking to this city one after the other. Or one after the other after the other. Doesn't the city seem more packed with people than before? Yes. Yes. Only recently, though. I'm certainly glad we've come here, but we still have no place to live. There are other people who prefer to party non-stop, though. What does that mean? Would you rather not have a place to live if it meant you got to party all the time? I guess some people do believe that. I went to the arcade, but all these creepy guys were basically glued to their machines and wouldn't give me a turn. Yeah, that's how arcades are. Ugh, the game's still struggle busing. 4 hours in, and we're still having troubles with the RAM. Okay, let's go this way. See the theater. So what's up with these cops? Why are they here suddenly? Police car. Police car. Good, 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 good. I'm busy. Go somewhere else. Police have police things that keep them busy. Sure. Sure. I'm so incredibly busy. Go somewhere else. Baked yam sellers have baked yam things to keep them busy. Okay. Sure. Sure. Okay, these people are saying the same stuff. It's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Why is this game so struggle busing now? Is it because of all the sprites on the screen? Is that what it is? The more people on each screen, even if they're not on the same screen as me, maybe the whole city lags now because there's too many sprites. Sorry. Oh, didn't ask the same guy. Raff. Yum, not yum. Munch, chomp, chomp. Cool. Thanks. Good. I'm glad. Looks like the theater has the same amount of people in it. Oh, the game is so slow right now. Yeah. These are all saying the same people stuff. Nothing's changed in the theater. Oh, right. We also can't run in the theater. I know. How dare you? That lady will let Ness run in the game, but not me. Okay. Run! This is running. I kid you not. The running is so laggy right now. Maybe because of all the people. This is awful. Something has changed. Something very important has changed, though. Oh, look at this. What's going on over here? Trouble. Don't push. Why do people say everything in doubles? Gaze. Be sure to obey the rules of the road. My heart is always filled with the rules of the road. Is it? Your heart. Okay. Sure. I'm sorry, but car puns drive me crazy. I see what you did there. Oh, he smashed into the back of her car. Or she backed into him. It looks like their cars smushed together. Yep. Police car. What a salient game. Thank you for telling me that the thing I'm looking at is a car. What is the launcher? Wait, what are we talking about? What launcher? I was just about to ask, why are they repeating themselves? It's weird. Right now, this city was already weird. Now it is really weird. The people in the city that have been added since the last time we were on surface side are even weirder than before. We already heard her speak. Did we already hear you speak? Yeah. But these two people down here are new. But I feel like because they just added so many new people, they just ran out of dialogue ideas. Maybe. No buts. No but. No buts. I mean, what is the platform natively on PC? The game that we're playing, Mother 3, is natively a Game Boy Advance game. Yeah. But it was only released in Japan, so the translations that you see and the dialogue were done by fans. I have a fan translated version of this game. It was never released in an English speaking format, but the fan translated version is also one that was very lovingly crafted and has many versions in it. So they tried their best to preserve the humor and the quirkiness and just overall, wildness of the game. There are people we can't even go over and talk to over there. But it's supposed to be Game Boy Advance. You're new, aren't you? Did you chase me all the way to Newport? Choo choo. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think it's actually kind of charming. Choo choo. Okay. Does this guy say anything new? We kind of just talking business. Oh yeah. Okay. Same stuff. That's all from before. Oh, wondering what would cause the lag? I'm not sure. Usually when I start the game up, there's a little bit of lag at the beginning, and then the game sorts itself out. Right now, oh, we can't even go that way. Right now, the game being as laggy as it is, I think it's because of all the sprites on the screen, but normally it doesn't do this. You can go anywhere you want aside from the 100th floor of the Empire Porky building. In fact, go have a look around at everything. Yeah, I feel like consistently every time I start the game up, it lags for maybe like 2 minutes, and then whatever internal RAM issues, it fixes itself and you don't have that lag. Right now, I'm not moving and it seems fine. But since this city has, I want to say maybe like 3 times as many sprites as when we first started here, tonight's stream lags way more than it ever has before. That would be my guess. Just the sprites, the amount of sprites on screen. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Why repeat yourself so much? Oog. Oog. Oof. Oof. Okay. So that way's completely blocked off. We have to go this way. The game is really railroading us into one particular path. Let's go into the restaurant here. Maybe we'll meet some new patrons. Where's the toilet say? This is a restroom. That door you're knocking on leads to a restroom. What business do you have in a restroom? He says the same thing. You're new. This one patron here. Compared to like people long ago, don't you think we drink like way more water? Like people in the old days didn't drink this much water, you know? My old man, he like drinks way less water than me. When I like think about that, I like sort of feel like people are a lost cause, you know? Like if something happens, I like have to have my water. Are we sea monsters? Of course we're not. We are like human though, but we drink water. Hey you even listening to me? Wow. Do you feel like we drink more water today than we used to? I think there was an era of humanity in the early 1900s where people decided drinking anything besides water was probably tastier and probably healthier. You distill, you burn, you boil, you do whatever processing to the water. You probably killed a lot of germs. So whether that was a soda, a liquor, or whatever, or tea or coffee, you probably did stuff to the coffee or to the drink that made it safer to drink back before we really knew proper germ management tactics. And now we can make water really safe, so maybe it's fine. I know that's true. That guy has me questioning reality, though. Like, did my grandparents or great-grandparents drink less water than me? And if so, why? And were they better for it, or were they worse for it because they weren't well hydrated? Does that explain their personality traits? In love. In love. All right. Say, won't say. Stuck, not stuck. Is, isn't. All right, these people are all weird. Really weird. This person I've already talked to. I think all these people are the same. Yeah, you're all the same people. Nobody new up there. You guys are new. Our water has the same chemical in it that the Aaron Brockovich movie was about. Really? Learned about that last month. Investing in an RO water system. I don't mind you. RO's reverse osmosis, right? First of all, water tastes pretty good when it comes out of reverse osmosis. But second of all, yeah, I like governments only. So generally federal regulation on food and water is not guided around what makes a human being healthy. It's what avoids disease. So if a person drinks or eats something and they get a notable negative effect from that particular product or chemical or whatever, we have regulations to keep people from getting very, very sick. However, government regulations do not, by policy or history in most countries, move toward trying to get people healthier. They just avoid the sick. So as long as something feels somewhere in the vast gradient of neutrality, i.e., we didn't see an immediate adverse effect, so it's probably fine. That's a wide net to disperse over a significantly large amounts of liquids and foods, such that many of them will probably keep you from having better health in your life if you continue to consume them, because our governments just don't care if you just survive. They care if you survive, but they don't care if you thrive above that. So they're not going to focus on that in any way. So keep that in mind. If you really care about your own health, and when you get older, you're going to wish that younger you did. Yeah, try to do as much research as you can. I need to send you the link. You put in your zip code and it tells you all the shit you should not be getting, but are getting in mass dosage. I'm curious because we drink the water that comes through our area is all like reservoir, like natural rivers and streams that feed into reservoirs. And I'm curious what the treatment process is and what we get out the other end. We still use filters. We put all of our tap water into a charcoal filtration system and then drink it afterwards, but I still wonder if that's enough. Sleep calls work in the AM. Thanks for the stream. Thanks, Silvos. I'm sorry I didn't really progress the story while you were here, but I hope the conversation was entertaining. I'll catch you on the flip side. Cry, laugh. Geese, view. Hick. Oh, these guys have already been here. This guy's like drunk. I hear you guys say rude stuff about me like I'm a drunk and I'm a booze hound. What are you talking about? Hick, 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 hick. I'm just a middle-aged guy with hiccups. So you say. So you say. What if we go down? Oh, should I save before I try to go down this escalator? I'm just curious what happens if you do. There's no way to save right here. Oof, the lag, the crazy lag. There's a frog right here. I just want to try to go down that that one. I know the escalator down blocks you. That there are people all around the exit, so I kind of want to see what happens if you try. If we try to go down this. Oh, never mind. This one was open. Maybe it's the up escalators that are mostly blocked off. The reverse osmosis system we are getting is for under the sink less than 200. That's really not bad. I'm impressed. I was here for the convo. The game just kind of happens. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that you get it. Honestly. Teresa and I purchased a special Halo water filtration system, and now our water tastes good, as if not better than bottled. Good. Honestly, bottled waters, they cost so much for basically doing what your own home filtration system could do. It's not worth buying bottled almost ever, especially if you want to support Nestle. Complain. Okay. Good, bad. Even the pig masks are doing it. Love, hate. These guys have been here. If I were to say, compare my life story. Oh, yeah. We talked to them already. Oh, yeah. It's been taking them a long time to repair the elevators inside the Empire Porky building, but they should be fixed pretty soon now if all goes according to schedule. I'm waiting for the elevators to get fixed so I can use the upstairs bathroom. Oh. That's a weird goal. I have to use the potty. I'm going to wait until this building finishes construction. Can you, for anyone that wants to check, can you also DM me that, please? Or put it in Envy? I think you're in Envy. Bottled water, screw Nestle, get out of Michigan, you bums. Are they operating out of Michigan? Yeah. I cannot believe that the amount of social media outrage against Nestle has not matriculated into some sort of action. People are... It's one of the most hated companies. I mean, isn't the CEO basically on record for saying water is not a human right? Like, it is a resource that you should have to pay people to get access to. Oh, you already DM'd me? You're the best. I appreciate you. They pump so much water out of the Great Lakes. I hate that. I hate everything I've ever heard about Nestle. I hate. Okay, I'm starting to fall asleep as I work on the Discord server, so that's a clue that I'm up past my bedtime. Good night, everyone. Thanks for the combos, and I'll message you tomorrow, D. Yeah, please do. I should have some flexibility this week to work with you on anything that you want to tackle, so let me know. We'll get the logistics squared away. Have a good night, Haley. Thanks for being here. Oh, right. Bathroom girl. You were the oh yeah person. Prattle. Rabble. All right, guys. We already talked to them. They probably say the same thing. Yeah, the hermit crab stuff. There's that down elevator or escalator. We've already hung out with them. I don't think anything's changed over here. Oh, you're new. Are you the guy that got your tent burned down in Tasmilly? Damien. No, nothing. You seemed a little sad. Oh, did I? That's all you have to say? I seemed sad? Oh, it's the snake. Oh, thought you could walk by and ignore me, huh? You're so cold-hearted. It's me. Oh, I'll pause because Rope Snake is so important. He's such a critical character. This guy helped us in so many areas of the game where you needed to like swing a rope or like do an Indiana Jones like whip attack. For some reason, the Rope Snake has been critical in like 3 different... He's like one of our biggest MacGuffins in the game. You have to have the Rope Snake to beat Osohe Castle. You have to have the Rope Snake to survive the lightning tower. And you have to have the rope snake to... What was the last one? Oh, I think it was to escape Saturn Valley or whatever. The Mr. Saturn's area. So he's really, really critical character. But then he had this like crisis of faith in himself. And he decided he needed to go to the big city to redefine who he was and what he meant to the rest of the world. I don't know. It's like, it's really interesting that they made this one creature the way that they did. And the fact that we found him again, I feel like he's going to become another one last critical MacGuffin in the story. We're going to use him for one last important thing. Or maybe he's just here just to wrap up his story. I'm not sure. But it's been a treat having Rope Snake with us. I feel like he's that unsung party member. He's not part of combat, but at the same time, he changes the course of the story so much. You end up remembering him very much. Also, I do believe I remember, don't you do a Rope Snake attack with Lucas in Smash Brothers? So I think he's part of the kit that they brought in from the Mother games into the Smash Brothers games. Honestly, that's part of the reason why I even started the Mother games on stream in the first place, was because I was a big fan of Smash Brothers, and I thought it would be interesting to check out the Mother games where they came from, where those characters came from. So that's where we're at. Anyway, still have another minute to go before the people in the cheap seats in Twitch can catch up. I did try to research if I can do ad breaks on other channels and on other platforms, and especially if I could synchronize them. Man, imagine if when you ran Twitch ads, I could also run the YouTube ads and just make everything like all fit together in one beautiful connection. So everything everything was synchronized together, but YouTube doesn't let you schedule the ads, and I don't think I'm ad driven on any other platform, to be perfectly honest. Rope Snake is his grab. Oh, gotcha. I love that. You're so cold-hearted. It's me. I used to be known as the Rope Snake. What's your name now? Don't tell me you forgot. Well, I haven't forgotten. I'm really close to becoming a behemoth of a snake now. I'll be a monster of a snake, and you guys will be you guys. Together, we'll be an unstoppable force. Just you wait. It won't be long, dear friends. Whoa. Hey, are you even listening to me? Doing his voice is making me cough. Anyways, first, have a good new year. Hey, are you ignoring me? Hey, I said have a good new year. Yeah, that's weird. That's super weird. There are no graves in this city, so no, I'm sure I need say no more. Yeah, that's a grave digger. Well, well, well. How now, brown cow? Yes, yes. Preet, poot. Okay. Oh, this game is weird. This game is weird. Let's go back. I think our answer is we go up the big building up here. They don't say anything different here. Yeah, that's fine. Bye. Oh, new people inside too. Oh, what's this? Well, if it isn't Damien, I've come here to study up on Master Porky, our great leader. Okay, I don't even remember who you are. His name's Pusher? I just know that someday our dear little Ollie will become as important as Master Porky and make life so much easier for us. Is this your little Ollie? Hey, it's me. I'm as depressed as ever. Come on, you should cheer up too. I know, let's be depressed together. I know some friends that would really want me to be depressed with them. That's true. We got the hot spring here. How's everybody's status? Are we healed? Oh, we're not healed. Oh man. If we got into a fight right now, we're still low from when we fought the Mecha facade or whatever the guy's name was. I can't believe we haven't healed yet. Oh, that's so much better. Honestly, now that we're healed, let me real quick go use the frog outside and just get ourselves a new save with all of our stats full. Blaisdell, how's it going, dude? You ever get sick and the main symptom is your body just aches? Honestly, a lot of my like last few years of getting sick, it's usually from the kids bringing something in from like school or whatever, or the classes, from some other nasty kid that got them sick. And then they cough in my face or whatever. They want snuggles for hours. And then I end up just, you know, imbibing their sick. But I usually don't get really bad nasal congestion or really bad coughs. But my body goes through both a lethargy and an ache phase together. So I feel like I don't have any oomph. And I feel like every time I do get a little bit of oomph, it hurts. I hurt myself. Moving around just hurts my joints. And then just lying down, I'm like, oh God, there it is. I could just relax my back and my legs and my knees and everything. Like it hurts to literally just do basic functionality. Does that make sense? Yeah, man, that's exactly what I'm in today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Hopefully, you're at the phase of your day where you can just be comfy. I hope you're at a place where comfy is all that's on your docket. Get yourself some R&R. Welcome, Smile Smile. The elevator repairs have finally been finished. Please feel free to take it to whichever floor your heart leads you. Thanks, lady. I'm chilling. Good. Nothing is more happy making than to be sick, but be in a place where you can just chill. That makes sense. I know that feeling all too well. Yeah, I hate that. It's just like a general malaise. When somebody asks you, like, oh, you're sick, you know, what's going on? And you just say, oh, I just ache.
Wait, with an American accent? R&R.
I love, thank you for doing that. With an American accent? R&R. 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 Okay. I'm done. I added that because I love it, but not everybody gets the gag. Yeah, I don't feel like being generally malaised and achy hits everybody the same way. So some people will be like, oh, that's all you have. But to me, that's enough. That really makes me suffer. Oh, Damien. I was just on my way to the DCMC concert. I've actually never seen them before, even though I worked at the factory right next to Titi-Boo for such a long time. Okay, thanks. You are somebody I can deposit stuff with. Do I have stuff to deposit? I got, oh, the memento. That's one thing. The banana, I'll hang on to. Trivia card, I'll hang on to. Saltwater gun, I should actually give to Stuart. There's another trivia card. A couple life noodles I'll hang on to. The other trivia card, the enemy bufferizer, a couple of life noodles. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just keep that stuff on us, but we'll do goods. Let's get saltwater gun to Stuart. Let's also give him the luxury banana. Damien has psi powers to heal. Stuart does not. So having a banana on hand means he can cast heal on somebody else with his turn. Has anyone even ever seen Master Porky before? How old do you think he is? He must be amazing to build a city like this. That's old. Dialogue. Yeah, these guys are saying the same shit. Okay, but now we can take the elevator. There's an elevator here that goes up. Ride or stay? Ride. We ride. Here we go. Oh, hello? Do I have to share an elevator with this guy? Hey now. You're sort of in the way. What? This elevator broke, so I rushed to fix it. For some reason, it wouldn't stop at the concert hall of the 24th floor anymore. But it works fine now. Wait a minute. You weren't thinking of going to the 100th floor, were you? No. No. Oh, well, I take it you go into the concert hall then. Then you'll get to hear that cool, groovy, and slightly indecent and giggle-tastic DCMC sound that you so long for. Thanks. Oh, he's gonna come with us too? Awkward. Awkward. Look at him just standing back there smiling. Looking at the backs of our heads. Looking at our butts. Dotting. Why, where are you going? Where are you sidling, buddy? What? Aren't you Lucky, the bass player for the DCMC? Sweet, Lucky's back. That incredible bass line is finally back. Let's go, Mr. Lucky, let's go. I see. I forgot that Lost was also the bassist for DCMC for a second. Hurry, hurry. All right, well, first, let's save. We don't have money on us, do we? Can we check? Oh, DP says 0 on the screen, so yeah. Saved all the money. The DCMC have been incredible since the Titibu days. Okay. Hi, little guy. What in the world am I doing here? I'm sorry for bothering you. Okay. Cool. Thanks. The woman next to me I'm holding hands with. She's still with me after all this time. I guess there's no question that she likes me, huh? If she would have suddenly kissed me. Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, were these the two that were staring at each other for a long time? I kind of feel like they are. They're actually now here holding hands. That's really cute. The man next to me I'm holding hands with. He's still with me after all this time. I guess there's no question that he likes me, huh? If he were to suddenly kiss me. Oh, I'm so nervous. Yeah, they say the same thing. Okay, I gotcha. People are starting to say that the bassist has come back. Or not. Or something. I think. But if it's true, then this is going to be the greatest night ever. Sure. I don't know why, but you guys really get on my nerves. I have this intense desire to arrest you for some reason. I'll ignore it, though. Thanks. I appreciate you ignoring your police urges. Being put in charge of the concert security means we get to enjoy the show too. I love the boss's sense of, yeah, I'm great and nice and strong and manly, but the DCMC is my life. Okay. Can we talk to this guy or nah? Is there no getting to him? The boss, the head honcho? Oh, here it is. Sniff, 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 sniff. Something smells dog-like and kid-like. Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do nothing, though. Let's just enjoy the concert together as fellow DCMC fans. Good, this guy was a boss earlier. All the voices are making me cough. I don't know why tonight I can't do voices as well. I'm still suffering a bit of a nasal thing going on, so that's part of it. Oh! Cutscene? Lucky! Long time no see, you bum. Oh, it's all the DCMC guys. Long time no see. We've been waiting some pretty We've been having some pretty okay concerts on our own since you left. But with you here, it's gonna be like, wow. Lucky, I missed you so much. How have you been? Lucky, it's good to see you again. All living things on these islands have been gathered here in New Pork City. A great undefiable power has prepared a festival for the end of all life. This got really dark really quick. Is that what this concert is about? You guys are celebrating the end of all life? We can see through this Porky guy's shallow brain plans like they're nothing. Why is that, you ask? Because we're so drunk on our music that he can't fool us with his nonsensical crap. I don't know who this Porky guy is, but with all 5 DCMC members back together, nothing can scare us now. Well, if I think about it real hard, maybe I can think of something that can scare us. But no, nothing can scare us now. It's weird. Hey, Lucky, let's forget our worries and just enjoy the music like the old days. Oh, it's the wig. It's the wig he used to wear. We even have your afro wig all ready to go. Do it. Do it, Lost. Wear the wig. Play the bass. Oh, we're moving around as Lost. Rough. He's smiling nostalgically. This brings back memories of Club Titty Boo. Is what they had me do all the time, as I recall. Giggle. Yeah, I've definitely lost my knack for that. Right, she used to giggle a lot. When she worked at the club. We had your bass polished to a shine. What song will it be? Hey, Lucky, I want to hear your bass playing too. Let's hear it. All right, let's jam. All right, I'm going to pick up the wig. We're going to do this. We're going to become the bassists. One last concert. An afro wig. Put it on. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go. Put that wig. Put on that wig. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Wig is lost. Wig is life. Oh, here we go. We've got a packed house. Nice. They're definitely a blues band. Why is Damien not walking the treadmill, you ask? I was very active this weekend. Both yesterday and today's stream, I was like, I did so much physicality. I just need some time to not. And I think what's funny is I started the treadmill streams because I wasn't being active enough in my week. It was deleterious. Now I feel like because I have treadmill as an option, I also get more active in my day to day, and I get tired enough that by the time I'm ready to stream, I'm like, I'm not standing on a treadmill. I've done so much today already. Hence, you don't see me bobbing head on the treadmill doing the whole thing. But when I have slower days and I'm not so crazy active with the kids especially, I'll pull the treadmill back. It'll just be an off and on thing, I think. All right, everyone. This may be the last time you'll ever get to hear us play. And this might also be the last time we ever get to perform. Yeah, because Porky's going to end all life on the planet, right? To all you wonderful music lovers who've gathered here on this special day, you're our greatest happiness of all. Tondergosa. Which is just it's DCMC weird branding talk thing. We're going to rock until you drop. No. We're gonna rock until everyone drops. We're gonna do this thing non-stop. Let's do it. Oh no. Am I gonna lose Lost as a bassist for the rest of the game? I hope not. Well, here they go. Yeah. Oh, here it is. I've been missing this. Mothers 1 and 2 had big musical interludes, and I haven't really had a lot of experience, or Mother 3 didn't really do as much of it. So, nice to have it. I'll stop talking over the music. Such iconic music for this game, though. It's a pretty good solo. Not gonna lie. Oh, I honestly thought they were gonna like really play. That was pretty short. That was pretty short. Not having a bassist in the band sounds awful. Yeah, I'm glad they have one. Tonda thanks everyone. Let's move right on to the next song. No break. Oh, okay, we'll get to hear another song. Cool. I'm for it, honestly. Oh, the bassist. What? What's happening? What was that weird sound? Everybody stopped. Is that the song? No, that's a problem. Technical difficulties, you guys. Something wrong happened. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Looks like someone stopped our concept by force. Attention, all goody two-shoes inside the Empire Porky building. The final game has begun. Please gather up what puny wisdom and pathetic courage you have and come to the 100th floor. That's Porky. I got it. However, there's no guarantee the elevator will work how you want it to. Well, I'll be waiting for you on the 100th floor. Okay. Sure. Sure. Well, great concept. Honestly, this game's music slaps. And I do like the musical interludes that this franchise has done so far. I hope when we play some of the inspired games, the games inspired by the Mother franchise, that will also go on the same YouTube playlist. I do want to see some homage throwbacks. Like, I want to feel like they've done a nod to these older games. And it'd be great to have some musical interlude stuff happening. It really would. I hope so. I do hope so. The counter got stopped, but we ain't glum. We got luck on our side. We have always had dumb luck on our side. Tonda Gossa. Do you think the concert might have not been stopped had we played Porky's lullaby song or something instead? There's a lullaby song? Damien, what is it? We leave Lucky in your hands. Oh, wait, I mean Lost. I forgot, he's not Lucky. You're the only bassist the DCMC can ever have. Without you, we're without a bass. Okay. Sorry? I don't mean to leave you bereft of a bassist, but I also want this guy as my fighter. He does a lot of physical damage. Sorry, I'm having coughing fits on the side. Damien, was it? We leave Lucky. Oh, wait, you already said that part. What a lame attempt at a blackout this is. Undertale is known for its music. Oh, I like that. Do they have interludes or just the background music? You don't have to answer that. I'll learn, because that's going to be the next game we play after this one. Can you see my nose hair? Yes. I'd been worrying about it. Is that weird? Is it funny? Is it fine? I don't have a problem with people's nose hair. People's noses grow hair. If you can see it, whatever. It's what happens inside of a person's nose. Often. Hey. That guy says the same thing that he did before. Because he says the same thing that he did before. Let's save, I guess. We didn't really do a lot, but we'll save. I like that this particular track in this concert hall is bass heavy. Clear out, get out of my way. Clear out, get out of my way. All these kids and dogs and such. Quit loitering around, all of you. Okay. Yeah, it says the same thing. Supposedly some guy snuck into this building to take on Master Porky. I wonder who it was. It'd be funny if it was you guys, huh? Yeah, what if it was us? What would you do if it was us? Because we're gonna take out Master Porky. I don't even know that this game really made it obvious that that was a thing that's gonna happen, though. That's the thing. It's all because of those lousy intruders that the DCMC concert got stopped. We DCMC fans ought to catch them ourselves and make them pay. Grr. What if they are us, though? Maybe the boss is in a prickly mood because of the horns on his head? Maybe. The boss is in a real prickly mood. The chain of command is so screwed up. What the pig masks are supposed to be doing, what we're supposed to be doing. It's such a big mess. This just isn't going to work out. Doesn't it seem that way from your point of view, too? Honestly, yes. Why have police and pigmen in the city at the same time? I guess there's no chance of them starting the concert over, huh? No, probably not. They say the same thing. Oh, while I was flailing around during the blackout, I think our lips touched. I wonder if it was on purpose. Do you suppose he likes me? Oh, my heart's beating so fast. Let me guess, you say the exact same thing. Flailing around, I think I supposedly likes me. Okay, same exact thing. Another frog. Whenever there's a blackout or everything is dark, is when I feel the most relaxed. Well, you're a mole, dude. You can see in the dark, probably. Even with the power out, this elevator still works. Does it have a different power source? Sure. And the elevator goes up. That's funny. It doesn't even say ride the elevator. It just says it goes up. It's weird, right? That's weird. At least this time we don't have a creep staring at our butts. Next stop, 100th floor. Oh my. Well, there's a rejuvenator right there, but I think we're full on health and PP, so we're okay for now. There's a fwog. This room's temperature and humidity are displayed here. That's all. Okay. I do find it weird that this room is particularly moist looking. This room looks moist. Very organic. There's stuff crawling up the walls and everything. This is the wonderful hippo pool. Here you can swim with hippo launches, gaze at hippo launches, and observe hippo launches eating. You can even fight them. That's dangerous, though. Okay. Well, we just saved. Do we want to fight a hippo launcher? Oh, we touch it and it fights. What? Oh, what is going on? It's got like a trunk that's open. Something's happening with its butt. And its mouth clearly has just a missile with smoke billowing out of the missile's butt, shooting out of the mouth with a lovely smile drawn on the This is wonderful. This might be dangerous, but we'll at least sniff it and figure out what it is. Smells like a mechanical chimera. Smells weak against lightning. Good to know. Smells weak against sleep. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that's that's a lot of damage. That really is. Sleep? Do I have a sleep ability? What are my sleep abilities? Flash is not sleep. I don't know that we have it. You just fight. Oz does have lightning though. We'll do our biggest lightning spell, Thunder Gamma. And everybody else is just gonna attack. See how much damage it takes. Oh, more missiles on us. Oh. It didn't hit. Didn't hit. Okay, that one hit. Oh my gosh. This guy really takes a beating. He does big damage. Come on, buddy. Come on. Toady!
I'm right as the mail.
Well, thank you so much. 10 months. 10 months. Did we ever come up with a sub-baby name last month? I feel like it was our onus to do so, and I don't know that we really got around to it. Well, thank you for the triple self-care. How are you doing? All right, that enemy kind of rocked me. The good news is I've got plenty of PP, so I can fight the other one before I have to go heal. And there's a free heal station literally in the same room. So what I wonder is, did they put these hippos here, which are obviously you don't have to come in here and fight them of your own accord? Did they put them here so that you could grind experience so that you're not too low level? I'm doing all right, kind of corpse-like tonight thanks to terrible choices. Honestly, that's a vibe. I think many people who have popped in stream tonight have said they're like alive or existing, and that's barely it. That's about what they're able to do. That's about what we've all accomplished this evening, is we've survived today. Damien and company earned 4566 experience points. Good stuff. It's been a bit too often lately. Uh-oh. Well, D just leveled. So we at least got that going for us. Let's do D's life ups, because Oz is gonna do some lightning attacks. Probably do another one, just max ourselves out. One for Oz, max out. One for Lost, sure, max out. Nobody's that low in health, but we're not too low in health. Can we just attack the butt? We just want to... If I could just affect your butt only, because then I can get an attack of opportunity. Oh, he turns around. He turns around. Well, whatever. We know how to beat these guys. Oh, they do so much damage, though. Really brutal. Oh, man. All 3 lightning attacks landed. This guy's not going to last that long. I'll just do regular attacks on him then. Oh, man. Even Oz got a smash. And Stuart leveled up. I feel like these guys are definitely here to grind some levels on. So I don't know if the right answer is stay here and fight. Let's do the revitalize and we'll do a save. Do the hippos come back? I guess it doesn't matter even if they do. They're optional fights. We'll save. They're optional fights, but I also feel like maybe they are there because you're going to get to the Porky fight or whatever. You're going to get to a fight after this area, and it's going to show you how much you should have ground. Like the enemy's just going to like absolutely pummel you into the ground, and you're going to be, crap, you really need to be level 60 to fight this boss, and I'm level 54 or something like that. Hippo launchers. Hippopotami that have been fancied up and equipped with powerful missiles. Incredibly popular even among women and senior citizens. Sure, buddy. Improvements to create household pet versions are currently underway. Wouldn't you love to have a hippo that is also a rocket launcher? Is this all you can do is go in the water with these guys? I guess so. All right. Well, they're not... Yeah, we don't have to fight them. We can just avoid... They don't even attack. Look, they just stay in the water. What did we get? A super bomb? Let's give that one to Stuart real quick. Whoops. Stuart's our bomb master. There's also a way up from there, but first, let's say hi to this guy. Why is this level 1 or floor 100 of this building? It's just like a whole hippo swamp. It's weird. It's weird. Jacket, hello and welcome. What? I just got here. What's this about hippos that are also rocket launchers? These hippos have something weird. Their butts open up like a trunk of a car, and their mouths are a missile launcher. It's just what they do. Why? Why not? Because hippos were boring by themselves. I want to do research so bad. I want to research more and more and more. If I only had research funding, I could improve the hippo launchers even more and more. Would you like to know how I'd improve them? We are playing an RPG. I'll probably say yes, even though I don't really want to know. I'd make it so hippo launchers can brush their teeth on their own, go to the bathroom at night before bed, and fetch the newspaper. You know, those kind of improvements? Okay, thanks. Cool. Is this not a way through? This kind of looked like a door. It's not. It's literally just this one dude. Okay. Is there a way up to get that present? I want that gift up there. Oh, there's a door, but you can't get there yet. Okay. We'll keep moving. This way? All right, hang on. We'll talk to you guys in a second. No. Don't cutscene me. It appears that you guys appear to be suspicious guys. I'll beat you up good. Go get him, my hippo launcher. Okay. Is this a... This isn't a boss fight. It's just a regular hippo launcher, though. Well, that's fine. Know what to do with you. We know what to do with you. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's a lot of damage. These guys really dish out crazy damage, though. I don't appreciate that. They're not tricky. And in fact, he died in one round. But I took a lot of damage for no good reason. Now what? My hippo launcher. Curse you. You'll pay for this. Okay, bye. Stupid heads, he comes back to say. We don't question the advances of science. Yeah, the hippos are, it's just scientific progress. That's just how the world is. Sounds like something Dr. Evil would make, 100%. Had time to finish another print of a possessed Maneki Neko holding a golden testicle. I love it. Perfect. Also, Jacket, thanks for watching us yesterday on Haley's stream. Honestly, best bean. I feel like Jacket finds all of our friends and friends of friends and has been one of the biggest supporters of, like, the wider pantheon of my... Like, every streamer has an orbit. I don't mean to make it sound like... When I say orbit, I also feel like that makes me into a bigger streamer than I am. But there's, like, people around me that are not me. So I just call that my orbit, right? Like Nico and Oz, like... for all intents and purposes, you could say I orbit around them, depending on which one of us is the greater gravitational pull. Whatever. Anyways, so I have my own orbit, and then orbit around an orbit too. You know, so like friends of friends, or like people that I know through other people. And I feel like Jacket is like that number one. Y'all maybe don't know this, but he seems to be here for all of us in the whole tribe, and I super appreciate that. Yeah. Circles within circles, 100%. I do find it funny that Jacket and I have the same nickname. Wait, you've been called Jacket? I mean, I know you're known for your jacket, but... Ultimate shoes? These are definitely going to be an upgrade for Lost. Almost certainly. What? Oh, I have to give them to him. I was like, wait, what happened? I'm stupid. You have to put them in the inventory of the person who's going to wear them before you can go to the equip screen. I'm dumb. Ultimate shoes, 12 more offense and 5 less speed, though. I think the offense is worthwhile, though. Yeah. So he's not going to be able to get attacks of opportunity as much, but it's still worthwhile. Excuse me. Excuse me, hippo. Oh, excuse me, newly spawned hippos. I don't want to waste all of my PP fighting these guys, but we may have to, just to keep up on levels and stuff like that. I don't know how much leveling up requirement there is in this particular area of the game, so we'll find out. No problem, was just fucking about on Twitch and saw they were live. My orbit gets fucked up by wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff. Nice. Good reference. I have like 3 or 4 customers who just refer to me as Jacket. Oh, well, there you go. Will the real Jacket please stand up? I think you have to fight for the nickname. I'm just kidding. You're in different hemispheres. I'm sure it's okay. They have such cute butts. Don't you agree? Sure. This room's temperature and humidity are displayed here. That's all. So another of the same thing. Okay, well, this has been a really weird part of the game. I guess we don't have to fight any of them, though. And that makes me nervous, too. If we're not getting the experience from all these hippo fights, is that okay? Or am I going to be dramatically under-leveled for this next fight? Because I feel like the last fight also was devastating. It was so hard, the last boss fight. It does make me nervous that this next boss fight is going to be awful if we don't level up a lot. But we'll try it without the grind and just see how we do. Cup of life noodles. Can we give that? Who does not have life noodles right now? He does. He does. Oz does not. Okay. Let's give one to Oz. I don't think Oz has the psi ability to res people, but Lil D does. We bring you a breaking news alert. Some idiots have been seen pretending to be sea monkeys in the middle of a pond. Well, I'm talking about you guys. Getting all covered in mud so you can fight for your lives. It's all so ridiculous. All right, then, get on the next elevator. I think I'm going to sit back and watch even more of your stupidity in action. Come on, don't give up. You're so close to the real 100th floor now. Okay, this isn't even floor 100. This guy is really condescending. Is that indicative of how people think of Americans? There's an elevator here that goes up. Okay, let's ride it. I feel like we're in trouble. I feel like I should have fought every hippo and gotten some levels. We'll see how I do. We'll see. Next stop, 100th floor. That's what you said last time. This kind of looks like 100th floor, though. I'm going to be honest. Hey, Fog. Hang on. Before I save, can you go back down again? Okay, you can. That's good. In case I do need those hippos for the levels, that might be worthwhile. I mean, I have other nicknames I've accrued throughout my life that I feel like he can have jacket. I'll stick with Stu. Ew, people call you Stu? I don't like that one. Star-Lord or Please Stop Talking to Me. Oh, I like that one. Any of those nicknames work for me or just my name. Would suck if the elevator goes down to the basement. I mean, that seems like what this kid would do to me. Just completely troll me. But we might get into a fight right now that will show us how we should have been grinding and then didn't. This appears to be a present, but it's unopenable, unusable, and untakeable. Okay. Does this guy have bikini girls? Is that what I'm seeing in here? I think I see 4 bikini girls and a centaur. A centaur with those beautiful kissable lips of the mermaids in this game. That's what I think I see. Tons of sweets and presents are lying here. Oh yeah, this is a kid who's rich. This appears to be a present. Okay, we already read that description. Same thing. Wait. I haven't talked to any of these people. Your attention, please. We have a report of lost children. The detestable Damien and his pals appear to be lost in Master Porky's fan room. Attention, Damien and friends. Attention, Damien and friends. Come to the real 100th floor immediately if you dare. Okay. Thanks, Porky. What do you all have to say? My job is tickling Master Porky under his chins. God, this really is how Japan views America, isn't it? That's all the Mother games have been, is Nintendo of America's Japanese staff making a fake America RPG, telling the world what they think of Americans. Little selfish, spoiled brat kids with multiple chins. I'm gonna have a lie down before the wild. Thank you, Toady.
Mom riders the mail.
I have a lie down before the wildlife throws a fit again tonight. The wild. Okay. Do I need to know what's happening with the wildlife? What's going on there? Actual nicknames I've been called, depending on the person or group. Stu, Stewie, Blaine. Yeah, it's your middle name, so I don't know if that's a nickname. Star-Lord, Dante, Smalls, Jacket. A lot of those sound like they're too cool for actual nicknames. Like things, a lot of those, honestly, I'm going to say, they sound like names that you would tell somebody to call you, and then they do, and then that doesn't count as a nickname. Because a nickname's usually like not that flattering, and it's usually made up by somebody else because they don't want to say your actual name anymore. There's one customer who knows it's not my name but calls me Philip. That's weird. That's super weird. This is a gathering room for Master Porky's fans. Oh. You're all gold diggers. Let's be real. Can you guys put your hands to your chest and say, from the bottom of your heart, I love you, Master Porky? No. Then quit lurking around and get out of here. Sure. These are Master Porky's favorite double chocolate fried pork chips. Ugh. Can we get to the fan waiver? Why can't we just let Master Porky take care of everything? Sure. What's the centaur have to say? Oh, it's an O2 machine, just like the mermaids. I see. How about some oxygen for old time's sake? Yes. We're gonna get ourselves some oxygen. Okay, we've all got more oxygen. We're well oxygenated. That happened. My red jacket got people to call me Star-Lord and Dante. I guess I could see that. I like both of them, but I don't feel like either really fit me. What does anybody have a nickname that you feel like really served you? You really enjoyed it. It resonated with you well. Ride. Oh, wait. Did it say down or up? Down. Oh, no, no, no. We're going back down. I didn't want to do it this way. Wait, was there another way out of that other room? Oh, son of a bitch. Wait. No, I went all the way back down to the bottom. Damn it. Well, let's go back up again. Nah, I'm super confused what I'm supposed to be doing. I know we're at the end of the stream too. I know. I just... I'll get to the next frog and I'll save. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep playing and playing and playing. Next stop, 100th floor. Wait, no, we're back here again. All right, that's weird. All right, frog. That's weird. We'll save. We'll figure this out next stream. I know with this stream we didn't make a lot of progress, but still. I don't... Yeah. I can't stay up and stay up and stay up either, though. We'll do... Next stream, we'll make more progress. Okay. I knew a guy only as Panda, and he seemed to really like it. I know a girl named Panda, but I've never known a guy named Panda. Yeah. This is... I'm really intrigued and interested to see where this part goes. I feel the threat. I feel like something is impending that's going to really kick my ass. Maybe off stream, I'll do a little bit of grinding for levels with those hippos just because I'm nervous about like what level you ought to be to face the final boss. So having a few extra experience points under my belt might be advantageous, and having you watch me sit and fight hippo after hippo is not particularly entertaining. Next stream will be 1 week from today for this game. My next stream is going to be late Wednesday, early Thursday. Another D's Discourse. So I look forward to seeing you there. We live stream across 5.5 platforms. You can find me and all of my archives at youtube.com/DamienHalme, or just go to DamienHalme.com. You can also find my Discord server by cyberstalking me. I'm sure you'll find it. And there's a small idiot test to actually see what's there. Only 2 people have never passed the idiot test. Everybody else is quite smart and engaged and a shining beacon in my community. Thank you all for being there for me. For everybody that is not on Twitch, we're saying goodnight to you. Now I'm going to end stream. And I love your faces. I'll catch you all in a few days. Cyberstalk me, DM me in the meantime. Keep me busy. Keep me engaged. Make me feel like I have friends when I live in an area where I generally don't have friends in the city. So I appreciate you guys being my remote friends and keeping me occupied and engaged. All right, I'll catch you all in a few days. Twitch, hang on, because we're going to find somebody to raid once we say goodbye to everybody else. For all of you who are leaving right this moment, if you are safe, fed, and loved, make sure someone out there is too, please. I'll catch you in the next one.